from official show. Wait, which one is that? That was official show already. That missed that. Maybe that was like the trailer for some like expansion or something they had. Because I don't think there was any official shows, no? Let me eat some banon. Yeah, the Warhammer Plus exclusive shows and episode, let's see. They even got the Astartes guy though. And still can't make some good stuff. Is there anything good though? Or everything is kinda do water? I'm watching some illegal Warhammer Plus exclusives then, I see how it is, huh? See, let's see, huh? See what I was say, huh? Well, I think he was working on some of the trailers of the Ding stuff. Wasn't it one of the newer 40k modules and stuff? And the Horus Heresy or whatever, wasn't him? Wasn't it him doing it? That one, that trailer was quite something, dude. I'm not sure if it was he on it. But that seems good, That seemed good, Alright, let's start them. Sales still ongoing. Sales still ongoing. I still don't really know what to get. Mass Effect Legendary, I was thinking maybe. We'll see. That can wait for some other sales anyway though, so no rush with that. No rush with that. 90%. But say EA, they can, you know, at some point just decide how about to make it more expensive. How about that? Yeah, never know. Far Cry 6 and 80% already. Let's see, Windows SC. I liked first one. First one was alright. You just gotta wait until the rest falls into Boomerathon category. And we hope on that. And we hope on that. Easy life. Easy life. And the Guild 3, there it is. Chained Gear is still pumping. Then the content creator game. 90% gonna be sick, yeah. When it's gonna be 90%, that can be alright, I guess. That can be alright. First Descendant top sellers, then free to play, beautiful. Wukong goals there already. Impressive, impressive. Alright, popular new releases. The Udir one. And there's something new. Ocean World. A more open world survival craft. Son's Adventures Time Travel. Now that's UI. That's you want a UI from there. You know it. Exploration puzzle solving with in-app purchases. Why the fuck in exploration and puzzle solving you need in-app purchases, dude? That explains the interface. That explains the interface. Yeah, I guess it's free to play. Damn, choose treasure chests. Pogue. Insane. Insane. Interactive gameplay mechanics and choices dictate the progression of the story. Very positive, huh? Nuts power online entertainment. These nuts. Oh, okay. So like, if you do the merchant filters, it's gonna be most negative. All right. Wait, which I probably have some recent or something. My language is on there. Oh, doesn't seem like 32 there. Get a bunch of Chinese reviews there or something going. Crappy mobile game riddled with microtransactions. All the positive reviews are whack. I see. That kinda explains, I guess. A whale to play game. Alright. How many microtransactions can you stuff in one game at one time? So many positive reviews, huh? First time I got angry with the game was the far too long tutorial. Such games that needed so long tutorials, the main audience so stupid. Well, I mean, Zelda Zone Zero, dude. That was like 7 hours intro, I guess. Next time is the buy now and get wonderful discount again and again. Last pop-up, I quit the game. Terrible gaming experience. It's fully same as Family Farm Adventure. Make every choice in the first 1 hour and the image quality is very blurry. I can't play it a long time because of the energy. Ah, okay, I see. Just game. What was that? The puzzle. Star Adventure Time Travel. There you go. Unskippable chains of tutorials. Game wasn't working correctly uninstalled. Chinese mobile game has illicit reviews. Over 60 reviews, 82% of the current total are fake. Review written by profiles, most random Chinese names. Yeah, that's basically the ones that are going into the filter, and I guess we need... Yeah, when we go this, there it is. Going the other reviews in all the languages too, even. That son, the full multinational one. Then a lot of like Spanish and other reviews also coming in with negative. Alright, let's see. The pop-ups on screen, I see. It kind of depends. Again, depends on the game. Sometimes I don't really mind. Sometimes I don't really mind. Sometimes you can get a little grating. It depends how they made also. Like some games manage to get like some sort of like pace with tutorials, so it doesn't feel too bad. Then what a name. Joe's Vaginal a Crab Shack. What a guy. What a guy. But yeah, I'm guessing the popular new releases that way. That's gotta be so fucking abusive, dude. Like the more devs and publishers catch wind of this shit, it's gonna be all over the place. Because suppose that it exists, you mean? Supposed to know that, yeah? True. That's why it needs to be kind of like well made and balanced, sorta. Painfully slow mechanics testing, I see. Yeah, it again kind of depends though. Like sometimes it's kind of fine. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes, like, you know, some games need that. Like Crusader Kings 3, I remember, for example, was like, oh yeah, there's like, you know, you can move them up like this. Oh, you can do this. You can click on this and build that. And yeah, there you go. Enjoy the game. And you're like, how do I do anything else, dude? And then after that, you go to like YouTube and watch like, you know, a couple of hours of videos to understand how some of the shit works, basically. And that was not the best tutorial, I guess, I would say. Lodira, I guess, like out of early or something? Yeah, early release date 15th of March. Now it's 27th of June, apparently. Yes, it was gonna say. Well, kind of like prologue thingy, I guess. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. No, this all we kind of see. And as usual, like when it's the sale time, there is nothing really new going on. Oh, we see them in this one too, remember, yeah. The physics simulation sandbox thingy. Not even new cats. The same cats just as last week. Damn, even the same cats from 9th of June even. Damn, son. Even cats already old, eh? Saloon Simulator Prologue, eh? Nightmare Files, a Club. Also 4th of June. Damn, well, I haven't played some horror game. That's when you know it's like some super, you know, super niche stuff. You can tip your fedora if you played something like that. Choose the house sitter experiencing strange occurrences in seemingly ordinary home. Insane. Engage PLO. How's life? Yeah, there must. Yeah, but they didn't even get to that. You can try to explain those things at least, but they didn't even. To be honest, I kind of notice a lot of grand strategies don't really do that anymore. They kind of like explain you like the basics, and then like, you know, you want to get some more detail. Well, go to, you know, the encyclopedia in the game and read through that shit. Seen that. Unit takes 2 in popular new releases. Oh, is the 2 friends pass? I see. End of May. It's also not that super new, but I guess. The Happy Sheepies. Oh yeah, that's the what's the name? Stocklands, but with no cards. Alright. Kinda cool concept that way, I guess. Kinda cool. A better medium to play the game, rest of the stuff you read in the game if you come to that, I guess, yeah. No, I like more in those games. I like it more when they do it in the way of quests. So it just basically gives you the quest, you know. Like, all right, you need to like set some policy. You need to like raise an army. You need to, you know, like get like some marriage stuff going. And then it also explains you like you can read more in detail how to do that if you want. It's again tutorial quests that I like because it kind of like, you know, it holds hand enough. It shows how to do things and what needs to be done. So you build some sort of structure, you know, like the order of things, what to do, how to approach it when you're gonna play it yourself. That I like. Advanced new mechanic quest to explain? Yeah, well, just like not dumping that stuff. Yeah, well, explaining everything at the same time, yeah, in the beginning, that is not good. It also kind of like sucks with the games that have like a lot of things available from kind of beginning and the massive interface. What was the... the game, the space one, Terran Victor, right? Like, dude, I tried a demo of that on stream, and that was just like, that was too much. That was too dank. It was really cool. It was interesting, but like, you just go through like reading the tooltips and everything for a few hours. I think that was crazy. Just like, oh, new window. What does that do? You open new window and you realize that you're gonna be now for like next 20 minutes. You're just gonna be reading what all the stuff in this new window do. That was ridiculous. It's really interesting though, but yeah, just kind of like so much stuff going there. Anger food soon. Kinda whatever. Not really much jam. Time trucker. A mecha with weapons and attachments. The Boot of Heaven, I see. That's how they call it nowadays. The Vampire Survivor like. I'll see how it is, eh? Once human arc of Kieran we saw before, same as the sheepies and anger food, hearty killer saw last week too. Well, the Beam Mayhem is soon. I'm gonna play the demo of that one. I mean, kinda not really like something you wanna go for too much. Kinda like fun, I guess, a little bit, but yeah, wouldn't really go for it seriously, sort of like buying and going ham at it. That's kinda alright, I guess. If I would get it, I would maybe play a bit more, but yeah, totally not something to go ham too much with. Chocolate Factory, see you later. Prologue. The prologue in popular upcoming. That's they're already like hyping up the prologue as a play away, I see. Classic. They even have prologues in popular upcoming. Like not even the main game is fucking prologue. People already pogging for prologue. Design your chocolate, dude. They kind of like go in with some like dink setting, I guess, for it, but still, I think the best ones when they do them like meme way, then it's at least kind of funny, you know, gets like some value to it. A Lost Alchemist, I think we saw too. True, say true. Alchemical puzzles by transforming, combining essences, craft items with machines. Alright. The 12th of July for that one. Super Dark Deception, I saw that last time, I remember. Hero Division, I think. Oh yeah, the card one. Saw that too. So this one too. Another sort of Coomer game. Well, this is not a Coomer, I guess. That's like, I don't know, like fucking desperate dude kind of game, I guess, or something. Date some girls in the game. All right. Descend in the weebs. Oh, that's descend in the woods and descend in the weebs. Actually, I guess more like a re or something. Or it's usually it actually wasn't. I don't remember. Here was that. You become is a wedding and a retirement event. Huh? The wedding and retirement. What is this? Doing good in KHP, doing good. The Desperate Coomer, I guess. And this is actually desperate because it's not like actually Coomer. Like there's no. Oh, it's this one. Alright, I remember. Like when I see that cat, I remember this game. Alright, the Darkwood 3D sort of, I guess. And with cat and raccoon. I'll see you in the planting and stuff. Yeah, son, I got even more. I shouldn't stay wish listing for everything. But the real connoisseurs, man. Real connoisseurs, huh? No cool setting story or art, yeah. Well, that's early access though. Maybe they'll get that. Maybe they'll get that going. One day. The Renovator Origins, then. That's not a prologue, eh? Son of a restorer, museum worker who died tragically. Let's see. At first I thought it's kind of like the Renovator Simulator. I guess it's horror, alright. It's either nowadays, I guess. So last week, alright, not much going on during the sale as usual. As usual. Don't they like this like cloth market sim now? Why are they not showing this one? I thought that one is also taking off. Dude, they are so... Old store simulator, they are so aggressive with marketing. Holy shit, dude. Like my email like already got them like in the spam, and then it got them out of spam again already multiple times. They're not even answering, like, dude. That was already like 10 probably emails or something. Do you want the key for our game? We have a very poor game. The reception is really good. Reviews are amazing. Play it on stream, please. I mean, I would for memes maybe, but yeah. Not right now for sure. There's plenty of stuff to play. Plenty of stuff to play. Very positive though. Actually kind of good reviews, huh? Actually kind of good, huh? 5-6 hours of gameplay exhausted restocking system. Damn, like it's actual work there. The proper simulation. Term language filters. I don't really mind. I just don't mind my language apparently. Alright, fine. I'll learn at some point. Wait a bit. I mean, I would actually. That would be interesting. Still undecided, if I should, and which language I should try, maybe. Considering now I'm on the go, we'll need to learn the one where I will end up staying, which I don't know yet. I use the AI-generated contents just for capsule images. For this, it does kind of look like it, I guess. Feel like, bro, you need like this capsule image. It should be like a piece of art. It should be, you know, like it sells your game. Like without like, you know, getting someone and paying like few $100, like your game gonna suck a dick, you know, and everything. Then you read like whatever was the game. I forgot the name. I posted on Discord basically what was the game that I mentioned a week before or something when we were talking to Dalton. When the devs paid like 1,500 euro or something just for this art pretty much. And these guys just like, well, we just generated with AI. And there you go, very positive with a lot of reviews. I mean, obviously it's like this kind of game, but still, like, is actually the capsule that crazy important on or what you have this to you know to show in the game itself? The main question. The art and AI art. I mean, here it's kind of like more about, I don't know, like it does have the name, does have the logo, and kind of gives you a feeling what this is all about. That's it, basically. Some fitting, you know, background picture. Random word combination simulator, yeah. Sometimes you can see the difference, sometimes kinda not always, sometimes kinda hard. Ribbon doing good, pretty good, Doom the Dark Ages. There it is. Og. Bethesda Summer Sale. Damn, they don't want just Summer Sale. They want their own Summer Sale there. Delta Force. There it is. Yeah, the free-to-play first-person tactical shooter. Look how they butchered my boy. We'll see what that's gonna be in the end. Oudbrook. Storm Chasing Simulator. Not a simulator, but at least the theme is kinda cool. Mostly positive. I predict it runs like ass and maybe crashes, especially looking at the theme. Oh, it's even with co-op and shit, holy. Now the GPU, oh yeah. Can't imagine that, can't imagine that. Based on real-world data. Oh damn! If you're like, you know, suffering in the storm right now, about to have your house moved completely with tornado, you can actually play and simulate that. Very poge. So that's at least kind of like nice like interesting theme for the simulator. Kind of cool ideas and concepts, but yeah, looks like also has a little bit of an issue with actually making it work though. Balancing changes there, son. Offline progression. Devolved into solid puzzle. 14 scenarios with set locations, weather events to happen. Always at least one person in every lobby who knows exactly where they are. I see. From thrill-seeking adventure to museum tour. The tryhards, man. I ruined everything. Game barely runs, even on high-end PCs, I see. The log spikes. Oh, 35 bucks, oof. Crash multiple times. Objects are in the air. Roads. Alright. You can easily get stuck. So much potential, plagued with crashes, I see. People fanboying over it. Damn, son. You like the game, you fanboy? Woman's terrible matchmaking sucks. Also forced online a random multiplayer if you want to progress. Single player only for practice rewards you nothing. Well, that at least changed, eh? Like the premise, I guess watch it and see if it gets better. Don't buy it, it's not worth $5, much less than 35 price tag. Fun boys, how dare you like the game? And how it goes nowadays. It's either fanboys and or haters. That's it. There is nothing else, nothing in between. Are you dare to have some criticism? Are you dare have some, you know, positive to say about the game? Fucking fatboy hater. The fatboys, eh? Too much Fallout 76, I guess. With them fat mans, eh? Nice recommendation, Todd. Can you imagine buying this for 18 bucks? No. The smart way to do it would be like get that bundle with all the skins and add like, you know, a couple of months of the subscription in as a bonus. Now I would consider make it like, you know, like 3 months. Because like I wouldn't get it for 3 months. I wouldn't get subscription for 3 months. I got 2 and now I'm piecing out already. Make it 3. And that would work. Let's see what I say. The neutral review option. They have that for what's the name? The curators. Curators do have like informational review basically. So it doesn't go like negative or positive. It's just basically you can like, you know, just leave your opinion sort and explain what is like wrong, for example, with the game. You get told to ignore in those lists, I say, yeah. Now for the hidden gems, there's better stuff. Let me see. Kingdom Hearts kick. A Book of Spells. Damn son. Adventure game with RPG elements. Take on the road, traveler eager for new adventures. How did we catch another one of the dink ones? They have $11 though. Is this one of those with interesting reviews and stuff? Peculiarities. Great soundtrack, colorful graphics, dangerous opponents. Aha. Peculiarities. That's Google Translate, I think. Baldur's Gates. Not bad for that price. Finish in half an hour. That's like $11 with the original pricing. But a lot of enemies were in my way to find the book for the musical accompaniment in the game, a special favorite. Yep, that's a Google Translate again too. Yeah, we found one. We found one now. Is it the manufacturer? Oh, it might be actually. Did we get into the network again? Damn, the tow track for $11. Playway in shambles, dude. Playway in shambles. This one has features, Didn't do the peculiarities in this one. I guess they edited the Google Translate a bit. From Google Play, funny cheap game. Dude, $11 is not cheap, man. Simple puzzle game beats in an hour. For $10 also. That's on sale, by the way. Yeah, that's another one. That's another one. I wonder if, like, after watching a bunch of this, Steam will start €24 for this. Holy shit, dude! Someone's buying. Imagine. Hey, Sacred. Yeah, that also was pumped in since February, basically. There it is, dude. Yeah, that's how you do it, Ultan. 3 years? Like, dude, 3 months, man. 3 months and the whole catalog. Game offers interesting plot, colorful pixel graphics, and exciting battles that will immerse you in a world of fantasy and adventure. Template flip. Developer filled out the basic template and the Craptastic Game Maker Studio. A blight on gaming. Oh, I think this is the guy who like shits on everything. I remember this one. I think yeah, almost 12,000 reviews. That's the one. The pixel games are trash. Basically, I remember like looking into some. What's the name? Masterpieces. I think he posted some in Discord back then. You can check the profile. It's quite the specimen there. Literally just a scamware game. Alright, so here people actually people woke up on this one. Blind key bundles for the games over a certain price limit. Game maker in 30 minutes. Simple and undemanding to computer resources. Then, son, will work even on weak computers. Convenient control. Good game. Pog. Yeah, that's another one. That's another one we found there. A lot of words per sound I played for 6 minutes, yeah. True. Mm, 4 hours there. Probably can finish the game like 5 times over that time, to be honest. Yes, that's another one. I wonder if there's gonna be like an overlap, like a waiting. Like usually you can get some similar to modded magic. Damn, son. I saw that before too. What a game! What a game! Now there he is again. Not a cheap shovelware. Retroformer. Oh, yeah, there it is. Price is normal. And yeah. Google Translate. Google Translate. That's a clear indication, you know. That's a clear indication. Who's the original author and everything. And where they're from. Easy life. Yeah, more insane shovelware. Shovelware generators there. Then it's actually Book of Spells 2 there. Just realized that there was a second one too. Also with peculiarities there. Amazing. Amazing, dude. Okay, get me back to the discovery. It relaxes. It just recommends me Book of Spells 1, but there's Book of Spells 2. How dare you? The outdated stuff. Build mazes. And deploy unique towers. There are tower defense. Together after dark. For a psychological game. With a survival touch. There, son. Now available on Steam. Not available somewhere else before. See what do I see? Gamble Awards, nice, alright. A One Night with Kawaii. Ichinigi Games, damn son. That's like the meme stuff, basically, that's fine. Like 90 cents, alright, sure. I bet you can take the meme orders, dude, huh? Similar to Tree of Savior, and that's an interesting one. The fuck? Let's see what they do in there. Oh, I see what they're doing with the models there, though. Is it the yeah? I think that's the spikes on the stool and stuff. And there's like the jail test thingy. There's two chairs. One with erected cocks and another one with the sharpened knives. Which one you gonna sit yourself and which one you gonna put your mom to sit? That's the tricky task, you know. Now seems like the meme fee is alright. Can recommend even at that price. Damn, son. And you're not sure exactly why that is there. It is a proof that they actually were making it, you know, not just some lazy flip. They actually did something. Project Phoenix. finds himself in an abandoned Soviet bunker built at the height of the Cold War. Protagonist is a stalker, hunter for artifacts and secrets of the past. The bunker attracted by legends and secret experiments and the mysterious disappearance of all personnel. Damn, son. That's super horror, similar to Pacific Drive, yeah. Pleasant graphics, simple controls, interesting gameplay. Uh-huh. That already looks familiar then. Not optimized, complete shit. This actually got like legit reviews and stuff, even though it kind of does seem like another, you know, another one of those. See, that's the lesson. If you flip and everything, then you flip in horrors. And maybe with a little bit of effort too, then you'll be fine. Then you might actually sell. Well, actually, for 90 cents, probably also you will sell way more than selling that shit there for 20 something euro. Beam World. Oh damn, my favorite. My favorite. Yeah, that's all also made since like end of 2023. Electation. Man, that's pumping, dude, there. It does seem like the horror stuff actually ends up working, though. The Night Guard there. Again, pleasant graphics, simple control, interesting gameplay. I mean, the same features every game, dude. That's stable, you know. Stable quality. And can deliver you the same experience every time. It's the second game of Stunt. It just makes games, sell them cheap and everyone buy them and get money. These are not games. Dude, I have bad news for you, and that is far from second, man. That is far from second. Yeah, people are gonna play all the horrors there, dude. I mean, it's also the, you know, the content stuff. You know that's gonna be like a bunch of YouTubers and everything playing anything that is horror. Keymailer always have like the crazy amount of like all these like saucy looking ones. They usually don't even like try to like send the keys to me though. The only one that dared was the name Mr. Fourier, how was it called? That for some reason had some like Avant Darkhold and a bunch of gacha guys in. That was the only one that actually sent the key. The key, no request I guess, but the key for consideration. I lost a state agent. Another. Okay, yeah. I think we did hit it. I think we did hit it. Now Steam gonna be recommending all the beautiful shovelware. Now this one got a lot of features going though. Cloud saving, Ooga. Achievements, good optimization. Very poga, very poga. They even managed to get some actual reviews by the looks of it. Insane, for $6 even. And there's another one then. Oh yeah, looks like it, I guess. Ghost Stories 2. Damn, son. Well, this kind of puts a little more time into making that shit. A mandatory 30 minutes break there, I see. Yeah? And the quality gaming, man. Yeah, we found it now. Maybe now Gaben gonna be showing me every once in a while. Some quality games there. Well, that is outdated way to do it. And the modern way to do it is, yeah, doing the free prologue or the free version. And then, yeah, you just get it in the popular new releases with some fake reviews like this one. And there you go. There you have it. I think that would be also the way to do it even for the paid-for games. But you still will need a bit of a budget for that though, to pull that. And you just need to like set like some regional price. I mean, usually it's also like Chinese accounts, Russian accounts. You just set the price in that region super low. In other regions, you know, proper price. And then, yeah, then you just need like a bunch of those accounts. And then gonna buy it for cheap. I'll leave the reviews and I'm gonna see like, you know, it's full, you know, premium, proper game with a reasonable price tag and got a lot of good reviews. Can be bots because they needed to buy it for like 20 bucks. No, in some regions they didn't buy it for 20 bucks. They bought it for 1. I'm actually not sure if there's some limitations on the price difference between regions. There might be something like this already in place. But yeah, for that they just do the prologue and that's it. Free to play. Because you can just send keys, they're not gonna count towards reviews. And it's gonna show that the game was received for free. So you need people to actually obtain the game. And well, free to play game is free to obtain. Let's see, Nick is see. Well, Nick is way more in many other regions. Isn't like Serbia basically getting like the European prices there? When it's far from European levels of income. Not to mention a lot of publishers already don't even do that shit anyway. It's a lot of AAA stuff gonna be the same price. Alright, done with this. Now let's get to them news, I'm finishing some food game. And let's go. We'll see something dank also about it. Oh yeah, the hidden gems, that reminded me. Actually, I think it's not in labs anymore already, right? And that was a recommender. Well, let's go full niche mode. super new. That's the newest it can go. And there it is. Like relevancy, I guess. Yeah, perimeter. I need to get. Not on sale anyway, so whatever. I do have original. This one maybe I will get, we'll see. Let's get the remaster. I thought Haunty was kinda big though, no? Yeah, I would say it is kinda not super niche. Not the craziest reviews though, why? I thought that would be like one farming overwhelmingly there. Questionable design decisions, alright. Frustrated. Clunky movement, alright, some gameplay stuff. Some cooler design stuff. Keeps was kinda alright. It looked kinda alright. Or it was mixed actually though, huh. Well, close to mostly positive though, but still. Why we mix in? XCOM superhero game, but instead what I got was Into the Breach. Ah, I see, okay. So it's more like a puzzle, alright. Which is not a bad thing, but I guess, yeah, people expecting something else. Did not finish the game, but I did put in almost 50 hours. Oh? A mixed bag. Fun for a while did not keep my attention. 27 hours. That sounds like, you know, like quite decent amount of attention. And quite a big while. Acolyte of the Altar. Big stove. A roguelike deck builder. Classic. Oh, why so mixed? Well, actually it's not so mixed. Actually kinda close there. Currently not worth the price. Got the $20 price tag, I guess, yeah. A one map with no node choices like similar games have. Futon, it's another one into the piggy bank. We have the same map, one map, no node choices. Don's game, $20 too much. Sell for 5. Now way too buggy and overpriced. A very creative, tight campaign. Damn son, that's pretty tight. Adventure to the Vile. 2.5D Metroidvania. That doesn't look that much like 2.5D, but I mean, I guess it is, just not the pixely. Just not the pixely one. the food gun. With the foodie and stuff. Action roguelike with balls. There it is. That one farmed at least. Yeah, this one does show a bunch more hidden gems this way. Yeah, the Inquisitor all of a sudden there. Amid the hidden gems. How's that one doing nowadays? Mixed, I see. Kinda climbing out slowly though. That was quite the demo, that one, I remember. It's kind of like the reviews that we've seen before too, even. All that time ago. Yeah, how did that one perform in the end? Mostly positive. 50% discount already on this Vong, alright. Steam wants you to try. Steam wants you to try. The Gripmaster, Fountain Fury. Let's see what I say. Even more niche. Now the Dragon Slay go. It was already like over a month ago release. Holy shit. Just thought it was quite recently there. That one actually pumped really good. Holy. I mean, demo was really nice when I played it. That one was pretty nice. I didn't really like the art style though. But gameplay wise it was really good. Seems like pumped quite good too on the price also. Alright. That sounds nice then. Something even more niche. You probably kinda can though. I'll refine some of this even more. Still tries to adjust it for like your personalization there though. Or you can exclude something or find something here though. Oh, that you can. How much recent it actually even goes there? That's like a recent. Very far, very deep. It only takes like above some amount of hours, I guess. It doesn't take like all the small games I play. Last played March 4th, 2015. Been some time. Been some time. So Mankind Divided managed to get 61 hour. Damn son. Insane. How even? Just survive? Full head? Wait, what? Oh, that's the rename H1Z one. Okay, I remember now. It's like, the fuck is this shit? I don't play this. And there was the renamed H1Z one when they separated with the Battle Royale mode. I remember now. Just survive for ahead. But we need to reduce in insomnia at some point. Mixed. Hell, I mean, nothing is gonna change. It's already kind of like gone and forgotten. No, can't even load information about this item apparently. Alright, check. Maybe Discord has some life there. I wonder. Then we even got like the reviews from Brian Fargo and Chris Avalon there. Insane. Insane. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Don't think about buying that. Completely abandoned there. Fallout 3 vibes, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here. Quest is still not working in 2024, alright. Classic, classic. Another buggy game, it was really. Aiming feels awful, movement feels like a chore. Story environments seem interesting, but it feels like a drag to play. What's the point? Dude, you played for like 20 minutes, man. Yeah, I need to play it more. I need to replay it again. Need to replay it. That was good, man. That was good. That was a really cozy playthrough, except for the moments when shit was like completely broken and stuff. Or when they needed to wait for a month until they patch out the final quest so I could finish the game. At least they did patch it out, you know. Not all the bugs got patched in the end. Not all of them. I don't think it's like the ones we played above some amount. Above some amount of time. The Fallout Tactics I played for 55 hours. I guess that's total. Last session was on stream already. Very good time that was, man. Just waiting for the Outer Worlds, I think, right? Like I did first the bed Fallouts with like Fallout 3 and 4. And then I did the good Fallouts. And all that right into Outer Worlds release. Fallout New Vegas with the survival stuff, eating the MREs for the month with the canned food. Well, that stewed beef I still remember, dude. I still remember. I still think I have a bunch of those MREs at home left. Even good thing I didn't get like the full month supply. Like holy shit, that would be way too much. I need to return to Either Lords. Either Lords was super fun, man. I want to play some more. It's only the second one got into starts here. Played both. One stream. Vegas I think actually was like the full run on stream. It's like all 118 hours probably were on stream. Because I think before that it wasn't on Steam when I was playing last time. There goes Elix, there goes the Gothic. All of it. Valheim. There's Encased. 78 hours. Bertano was 138 hours in the end, holy. That was massive. That was massive. But yeah, I did play this one for 121 too. The King's Bounty. Holy shit. What a run, what a run. Yeah, Pathfinder 157 hours. Oh, no, Oblivion still did more. Oblivion still got even more there. Oh, what a run, man. Cannon. How's the DLC for Dune actually going? 20% discount, $6. Yeah, that's the case when DLC is at 93% positive, dude. That seems very poga. Oh, there's a rare one. Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Okay, no rush. I played like a shit load of Dune on stream. Yeah, we'll get to this one. I will get to this one too. Alright, fine. Let's get to them and the news now. Boom. There we go. A big boy. Coming through. Dead Rising? I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish Ella play it. Like if I haven't played it, watched maybe, but I wish Ella play it, and I don't know if it's exactly like my kind of game really. I don't know. Could be nice, but we'll see. Yeah, so the Kunitsugami got the demo. You can play. Is the demo actually on... oh, it's launched on July 19th already, huh? All platforms this game is available on. Alright, so demo should be everywhere. Then there's the Samsung ads. Who was complaining about not getting any? There you go. Now, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, September 19th is gonna be. Physical version arrives in November. Well, we kind of seen already we've seen the teaser, but yeah, just the upgraded looks, 4K 60 FPS, real-time lighting, insane. The lighting that changes with the time of day. Ability to move while aiming. Auto-save feature, better UI, improved NPC behavior. Resident Evil Biohazard on iOS and Mac. There it is. Capcom confirms was likely already obvious. New Resident Evil is in development. What a twist. Can't share any details just yet. Alright. Transformers Galactic Trials mixes a racing with a roguelite combat this October. A hybrid racing game, The fuck's that? Actually, let's get find attention.
1. Let the galactic trials begin. Race in
Transformers.
Fight in bot mode. Play as an Autobot. Or as a Decepticon.
This is like Transformers Endurers.
Play solo. Play against a friend.
One friend.
Transformers Galactic Trials.
Insane trailer there. Insane trailer. So yeah, like some crazy franchises and everything, and then you push some little stuff, sort of little looking stuff there. It looks kind of basic there, yeah. Boat, car, and plane. Wait, which one was that? Proper Transformers would be amazing. Do we ever even have a proper Transformers one? Ubisoft Toronto affected by layoffs. Okay, I take this one already at the end of last week. Targeted a realignment of its team, resulting in redundancies in order to ensure it can deliver on its ambitious roadmap. The ambitious Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. 33 staff affected. Comprehensive support to employees, including severance and career assistance, to help through this transition. The career assistance, even. Oh, there's the opening of Uber driver. There you go. We helped you. By Japanese developers not undergoing mass layoffs. Why? After Microsoft shut down Tengu Gameworks, look at the reason why Japan has otherwise been sheltered but not immune to many of the layoffs and trends seen further afield. Why? 14th June, Tango Gameworks employees had a pizza party. Studio's final day. That's the story we know. Focus solely on Japanese industry, you will be forgiven for forgetting the crisis that has subsumed the wider industry. From Software President Hidetaka Miyazaki recently came out to vehemently support his team with no layoffs planned. Konami once again been growing their gaming business after making a retreat in 2010s for the land of Pachinko. Capcom recently raised wages far above the recent inflation stats of 2.5% by increasing base salaries for new employees by 28% starting in fiscal year 2025. Numerous the company has enacted since 2022. Well, this occurred while increasing employment and development amidst record profits. Let's not ignore Nintendo, which ever since Satoru Iwata 3DS era a wage cut to avoid cutting staff has enjoyed impressive growth, hiring more employees and increasing base wages. Make the company more enticing. A company boasts an impressive employee retention rate of 98.8% with an average tenure far above the industry average of 14.3 years. Holy shit, dude. Like, that's what I call stability, man. Only 1.2% get, like, fired, and people on average work for 14 fucking years. Like, holy shit. That would be stability, man. That would be nice. You got the job there, and you basically hold it, unless you want to go yourself, I guess. Japanese economy rather unique. You cannot compare to others. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that's a valid. That's really a valid point. I do not think so. Gaming no longer enough for corporate, yeah. I don't think it's that unique in that sense. It's still, you know, people earning money, people paying taxes, and people buying like food and paying rent and everything in the end. And the companies there are already mostly kind of working on like the global market and stuff too. So, like, speaking of gaming companies, for example, yeah, sure, there is like every country, every country has some specifics, right? But for some reason, that one is not suffering right now. Well, all the other ones, and there's many, not just US, for example, they are suffering. The work culture and hours worked are quite a bit different too. Oh, well, I mean, it's not like, for example, you know, there are no memes about Naughty Dog, right? Or when like yeah, when people go full overworking and crunch and stuff, right? Or the memes when they got the personal data of employees, but that didn't change anything because employees never go home, you know, basically. Trend across the industry in the country, and by own conversations with Japanese developers, many have acknowledged the concerns for friends in the industry internationally while admitting a level of confidence in job security that simply no longer exists, no matter the company beyond Japanese borders. Some companies still using the floppies and stuff. Well, same as like same places still using Fox, for example, and all, you know. Like, honest, like, who gives a shit if they use floppies, faxes, and stuff like that? If, you know, if people don't get fired, if people get competitive wages, and the product that they roll out is decent, then who gives a fuck how they do it? They might as well just, like, you know, kind of like just nail it on the stone tablets or something. Like, who gives a shit as long as it actually like works good for everyone involved, None of the country is entirely immune from strikes. Square Enix recently admitted in a shareholder meeting a new change in strategy to target a wider range of platforms for future releases while cancelling some unannounced projects. Even then, these cancellations have not been followed by layoffs, at least in Japan. Yeah, they just kind of like removed everything that is not in Japan. On the whole, employment is stable and investment is growing, with everyone from larger domestic companies entering publishing and independent space to companies like NetEase, investing and working with industry veterans and even nation states like the Saudi investment funds buying 96% of SNK all paint a rosier picture than seen elsewhere. What's different? Why is Japan seemingly immune to many of the layoffs and trends seen further afield? Messages in the far Siberia sent through telegraph and stuff. Well, that should be like some really far stuff. That should be some really dang far stuff. I think like infrastructure more or less already everywhere. It's already everywhere there. And even the internet, I think they mostly kind of got like to at least like the cities and everything should have. If it's like some like weather station or something somewhere like really far north, then yeah, those are basically still kind of like sometimes not even that. Sometimes they only can send messages with like the icebreaker ships that go through like once like 3 months or something. Cultural differences play a part in retaining employees. It's not entirely benevolence keeping Japanese employees in the job, and employee protections are also a major factor in ensuring stability for employees. Under Japanese employment law, layoffs are incredibly difficult to implement unless the company is under severe financial difficulty and at risk of insolvency in a manner layoffs could alleviate. After other cost-saving measures have been undertaken, layoffs for permanent employees are all but impossible. I mean, I would say that kind of makes sense though. To be honest. Doesn't mean that there aren't other ways to reduce the workforce, whether that be in not renewing or canceling work for contract employees. While this is possible, this can reflect poorly on the company's reputation with the public and prospective future employees if employment isn't deemed stable, so it generally avoided this if possible. Yeah, so it's like even with contracts, guys, like it's not even like the like a law, of course, too, right? But it's also like even when they can by law, they still don't do because they don't want to get the bad reputation for that. And then you have like Embracer or something where CEO just kind of like sits there like in this like picture in the article and gives interviews left and right how like need to get like the curve go up and all that stuff. Japanese law also prevents many roles from being classified under non-permanent employment. Employment on the whole is far more stable and secure than seen in Europe, the US, or elsewhere. Industry analyst Serkan Toto, CEO of Japan-focused games industry consultancy Kantan Games, puts it is almost night and day. In Japan, the law protects the employee. In the US, the law protects the company. For Europeans, it's somewhere in the middle. It's not as easy in Europe compared to US to fire people, but it's also not as easy as in Japan to keep your job once you have it as full-time employee. The layoffs are so difficult. Why was it possible for Tengu Gameworks to be shut down by Microsoft in the manner that it was? Probably just completely shut it, that's it. Closure where you lay off people through that method is different than going in and cutting that same amount of people and then people stay. And 10 people stay. You have to explain yourself in court because there will be lawsuits, and that's a very difficult case to make as a company. But if you close the entire company outright, get rid of everything inside the company, including the staff, office, rent, equipment, it's a different story. So that's kind of, I guess, explain why they didn't, like try to like transfer the company or something. It was probably just easier just to close it instead of trying to like reorganize something.
I love you guys.
Oh shit, Panda. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate a lot. That's a lot of months indeed. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I do think Europe is also quite safe. I do think Europe is also quite safe. I do think so. Another factor in Japan's strain amidst ongoing turmoil is the fact the country is insulated from many of the issues facing companies elsewhere. Outside the United States and China, Japan has the largest market for mobile gaming in the world, with many of its biggest titles like Uma Musume, the recently launched Gakuen Edelmeister, Puzzle and Dragons, Dragon Quest Walk being domestically developed and published by Japanese companies. Other new releases primarily target and seek to make a profit from domestic audiences without relying on global success to turn a profit. I mean, it's not like the local success is easier than global success, to be honest. Mobile gaming is 3 times bigger than console gaming in Japan. People outside Japan always think about Sega, Nintendo, and so on, but inside Japan, 70% of the market is controlled by mobile companies. CY Games is a big one. They're also doing console games now, but then there's primarily mobile companies like Agree, Dina, Akatsuki. These companies have 1,500 to 2,500 employees, and nobody's talking about them, but these guys also don't fire anybody. And then there is also like the mobile global companies that still also fire people, so it's not really like the mobile is some sort of like magic, you know, like, but a magic place where everything is like beautiful and nothing bad happens. Hell yep, and hell yeah, that you do. Mobile gaming is not exploding anymore like it used to about 10-12 years ago when smartphone gaming came and conquered, but for the last 5 or 6 years mobile gaming in Japan has been quite stable. Look at the revenue size across the industry, it's not really changing that much, although PC gaming is becoming bigger. Exporting works to cheaper countries is also far more challenging for Japanese developers. Such routes to accomplish this are not only not established, language barriers make communicating with foreign workforces more difficult, protecting domestic labor. This also contributes to the circumstances fueling wage increases as companies compete for a shrinking working age population. Interesting. Japan is an island nation where the language is only spoken inside the country and nowhere else. You can't sack 500 Japanese people and then outsource that work to 500 people in the Philippines. If the population in Japan is graying and shrinking at the same time, you have less talent. Companies like Bandai Namco, Nintendo, and Capcom are not paying people more because they want to share the wealth. They do it because they have no other choice. Otherwise, these software engineers working at Capcom might go and work for Toyota in the AI business. Even then, rising wages still doesn't make game development prohibitively expensive in Japan. Opening up space for games to fail or companies to take more risk. A lower cost of living coupled with a lower average wages compared to those seen in the likes of US. Really? Average yearly income in Japan is around 28,000, and research placed an average wage for game programmers at 32,000, help reduce overall budgets. The lower cost of living, lower average wages. Really? I think it like really depends from state to state. Like sure, if you get like where all those like developers like to hang out, something like in San Francisco or something, you know, then yeah, that probably like quite the difference then. And I also think that like I would say that probably like in many EU countries that would be considered kinda alright after if you take off the taxes, I guess. Let's see what can I say. Mobile gaming is in Europe. I mean, there are stats. It's there. It's just like the Asia is insane with mobile. Like all of it. All of Asia. And actually, it's kind of like the less you know, kind of like developed country, the less like rich country and stuff, the more mobile is going there. Like Africa is now huge on mobile. Like India and everything, the Southeast Asia, a lot of people there. Like mobile is exploding. Like a lot of games, even like you check, they kind of sometimes just like exist only there somewhere, like in Southeast Asia, for example, and only after some time they arrive to like Europe and stuff. Like Ragnarok Origins, for example, was out in Asia for like a couple of years or something before it arrived actually to Europe. A junior average for software engineer around 42k. All right, so it's even cheaper than Europe. It was like always like going like, Japan is super expensive, man. It's bad. It's so expensive. Doesn't seem like it's worse than Europe then. Because again, as if you compare like Tokyo with some like a village somewhere in Poland or something, maybe that's gonna be the gonna seem that it's more expensive for sure. Compared to titles like Roasted Suicide Squad, which reported major losses of over $200 million for Warner Brothers, Toto estimates factors like wages mean even the biggest titles in Japan can be produced for 30-40% less, maybe more, than seen internationally, reducing risk. And I think from how it looks, right? Like a lot of titles that come from Japan, you don't really get a lot, like, if any, actually. Like, can you remember any like Japanese titles with like, you know, photorealistic super graphics? I kind of can't really. I don't think so. I think it's mostly something stylized, something low poly, something what's the name? Kind of like cartoonish and everything, you know. So they kind of like don't go for this, like, you know, let's invest into some like crazy, like the only modeling they invest into is booba, basically. That's it. Final Fantasy, I mean, I guess, yeah, remakes especially. I guess the last one too. They still have this like a little kind of simplification to the realistic stuff. The Yokajimbo as well. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, that is true. It does still kind of feel like it's a little different. Like Kashimbo, for example, if you take like, right, like the environments are like nothing. Like there is no some like intricate, you know, like buildings and stuff, like some crazy detail in some like buildings. Like most of the time it's just you just walk there, you know, in the nothingness sorta. Kingdom Hearts started to go that way. I see. I feel the Yakuza, I guess, too, right? Like I feel that maybe also kind of like their idea of how they need to make games for the West, you know, like that's how they do it in the West. We need to make it there too, so we can sell in the Western markets, you know. And then there's Nintendo, who doesn't give a shit and keeps like pumping the same looking stuff again and again, and it keeps fucking selling like crazy. So that also helps. That also helps. The thing is, like, the wages, this stuff, like, you know, that wages, like, helping to develop cheaper. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of those companies, they already outsource to, like, to the countries where they pay, like, fucking nothing. You know, I think. I'm pretty sure a lot of them do. Like, 76 already outsourcing even, just not just the coding, but, like, a whole bunch of stuff. I think, like, if you dig deeper into it, like, I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of companies fucking outsourcing all the time. Requesting 3 years experience for entry job. That's classic. Yeah, that's a classic there, man. 6-year-old won't care for hyperrealism. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like the main audience for their games is not 6 years old, though. Even companies making record profits deem it's necessary to make the line go up further, slashing jobs with abandon. Can be seen with Tango Gameworks' recent Microsoft layoffs. Alright, nobody thinks about the people who are still working there. I mean, if I was an artist in Ubisoft, for example, I would be scared. Ubisoft is one of the last big companies that haven't pulled out the hammer yet. I mean, they kinda did. They cut some people, but it's a drop in the ocean when you have over 20,000 total employees. Even if you're one of the remaining employees after a layoff, I wouldn't feel secure at any games company right now. And growth may have slowed, but it's still growing. Yep. The industry remains larger than film, TV, and music combined. Crushing reality is that while you can't prevent every job loss, many layoffs are avoidable. Players simply must take the hit to add a few extra dollars to the end-of-year shareholder dividend, though, right? Japan's alternative approach has long-term merits in ensuring companies have retained the talent needed to react to any revitalization for the industry. There's a new bull run in the video game industry, which I think will come. Then I think Japanese companies will be in a better position. They retain their talent and it builds trust. I fear that Western game companies have overdone it, and there is a danger that if the game industry revitalizes in 1 or 2 years, that the decisions might come back and bite them. I mean, I think they in general are gonna come back and bite them because, you know, yeah, if you're losing like the workforce, like it kind of depends, of course, right? But like for like the development and everything, there the competition is insane, I think, already. There's a big philosophical difference between the Japanese and the Western world. The Japanese game companies really think long-term, a lot more long-term than their American counterparts. For a lot of the American companies, they are basically characterized by American capitalism, where everything is profit, 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 and if the line goes downward, everybody starts panicking. You know, the never-ending tide of layoffs finally subside. Many developers will have left the industry for good. Probably. It will take years to regain that experience, and what's to stop another run of job losses, tossing all that progress aside once again? How much strain can the industry hold before it all crashes in itself? Even if things recover without a change in mindset, will another collapse in jobs 10 years down the line remain not only possible but inevitable? Will you be able to get the ideas of American capitalism out of the minds of the CEOs of Activision Electronic Arts? Probably not. I think it's always a battle between the American system and Japanese system. American system very much focused on profitability and short-term thinking and making everything as efficient as possible, whereas in Japan the thinking is different. Well, I mean, it does have like some appeal to that stuff, right? But there's like some family run, like family running in the family, right? When people like, oh, like my grandfather worked in this like manufactory, like my father worked in this manufacturing, and I work in this manufacturing, and my kids will be working in that manufacturing. The stability, dude. Even though, yeah, maybe no one asked then. Do you or your kids want to work in the manufactory, or you want to do something else? That's a bit of a different story. But like the companies that, like I guess it's like, you know, it's kind of like the ownership, I guess, or something. It's like the companies attribute it to like some like family, to some like person, to some like bloodline, you know, some history, not just like, well, like this is the CEO, he was working in that company, then in another company, then in a third company, and now he's working here. He doesn't give a shit about the company. It might as well just kind of like completely crush and die as long as he gets like paid. The one last opportunity to share pieces as a company on Microsoft's dime. Tango Gameworks, oh, they paid for pizza. Feels good, man. Closed its doors for the last time. Perhaps in some spreadsheet thousands of miles away, the thought of a games company far from home a few years out from releasing a new game is the most efficient way to make the line rise just that little bit further. Not everything of value can be quantified on a graph, nor does massaging one quarter of growth for short-term gain mean the decision won't adversely impact another quarter in the future. The line can go up forever. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just kind of like some basic things. Everyone thought that like the gaming will be like, I remember those articles when like 22, I guess, started with all the shitfest going on, and like, you know, all these like cries about like the crisis starting, inflation kicking in and everything, and there were people like, yeah, I think like video games is a good, you know, like solid choice to like invest right now because like they always like withstood all the crises, you know, people always want to play video games, so yeah, everyone thought it's kind of like this like magic pill or whatever. Yeah, you can just invest into it and it will be always growing, it will be always beautiful. Kind of the same how it happened with esports. Like it was on the smaller scale what happens, I guess, with the gaming industry now. It was just kind of like smaller scale and way like more speed up. But it's pretty much what was happening when people like heard about this like new cool thing, esports, right? And started like throwing a shitload of money into it. Those esports companies, esports teams started like, you know, getting like some crazy salaries. People started like, you know, pocketing a shitload of that money and stuff. And then suddenly everyone realized that like esports actually is, you know, like outside of all those like investment monies, there's no monies in esports pretty much because like, you know, it doesn't earn you shit pretty much. Like what you gonna be earning money from? And outside of like the few companies, a few games, I guess, it's also kind of like not really that profitable at all. So yeah, it's kind of the same but on the big scale now. Most people these days cannot give a fuck about the place they work at, just paycheck. Yeah, that is true. That is true. End up only caring about the money because that's how the world is shown to them. No, I think it's the exact same kind of stability thing as mentioned in this article. Like when people feel like safe, that they know that, you know, I'm gonna go to this workplace, I'm gonna work, and unless I kind of, you know, want to leave, I'm not gonna be thrown out. Then they kind of like, you know, become more like attached to it. They become more like when you feel safe, you kind of like relax more first of all, and then you kind of like start appreciating what you have, I guess, especially when it's like, you know, not stable around and you are kind of like okay in your spot. Then you kind of will be like, well, that company is, you know, kind of doing good and everything, they doing good by me, so I'm gonna do good by them and stuff. The money goes because like, yeah, I wouldn't even say it's like some sort of like global, you know, like deep going capitalistic thing. I mean, partially probably, but like that I think is a bit overreaching. I think it's all basic. Just goes to the part that like you want to, like, when it's unstable around, you just want to like have this like the mindset of like you kick in like, you know, like your survival instincts pretty much. You just want to, you know, like get the food behind both of your cheeks, so you have more, you know, saved basically for the cold season, sort of, you know, let's put it that way. And that's pretty much how like business in Russia works forever, because like people been through so much shit in 20th century, now in 21st century, right? That like all the business basically always operates on this like concept of like, let's make like hyper profits as much as possible, and then whatever happens, we don't give a shit. That's pretty much always the case. Like no one works in things long term. The only like and when it's, you know, like places like that exist kind of always, like manufactories, right? Like working in the manufactory, like back home, for example, is always considered, you know, like the basics. You just go there. You most likely, if you start working there, you can work there all your fucking life. No problems. And a lot of people kind of do. And it will be like super stable. You're not gonna probably pay much though. The perspectives might also be not kind of the best there, but yeah, that's always like kind of stable. And that's pretty much the only thing that remains stable. I feel everything else is just like the turnover is crazy. Like everything changes all the time. And I think it's also kind of partially, you know, the thing people lost like trust to the companies and like stable life. And in the same time, you know, we kind of like live in general in more kind of like open environment, I guess, with internet and stuff around, right? So like we kind of in like finding a job, right? Like how it was when I finished like the university, like when I finished college even first. Like there were already websites and stuff, so that was already kind of different, right? But still, it was like you go to the special like agency and stuff to leave like, you know, okay, I'm looking for a job. Here's my, you know, like resume and stuff. So they kind of like look stuff like for you, a governmental agency. You go to get newspapers. You get the newspaper, you know, open newspaper to the job page and stuff, and like start calling, you know, like, yo guys, like, you still looking for that? Like I'm that kind of guy, you know. That's how it goes. And nowadays you just kind of like, well, shit. Especially if you already like qualified personnel. Like if you're qualified, you don't even need to do anything. Like my friend, you know, when war started, he started kind of like looking for options, you know, like what to do now, because his company was leaving the country. So he was thinking either like leaving with the company or what to do. And like you got the calls from like 3 or something huge fucking banks just inviting him. Like he didn't even need to look for anything. Another friend also recently like left his previous company. Was like, well, I just plan to like chill like for a month or two, just like travel and do stuff, and then look for the options out of country preferably. But you know, no English really, so I guess we'll need to go back. And yeah, you also got like headhunted pretty much. Like if you already qualified, you don't even need to do anything, to look for anything. It's just like constant, you know, hunt for you, sorta, if you qualified enough. But let's see if Unreal Tournament soundtrack will get all the odds again today. There is some. Let's see. So it's kind of like complicated, complex thing in general. Like a lot of things going in Florida. A lot of things going in. 5x5 PvP with flashy things now. I don't think so. I don't think so. Established franchise won't make a much due to the nostalgia incentive. I really don't think so. Like the thing is, like, look at like Zenless Zone Zero I played, right? That's like the super giga zoomer appeal stuff that the shitload of people are playing. Like all those games from those developers, right? Like the gacha mobile, like weeb shit, right? It's all not it. It's not PvP, it's not 5v5, you know, it's not flashier. Well, okay, fine. I guess a little kind of flashy, let's say. Well, actually, if we take literally Honkai, like Star Rail, right? It's a fucking turn-based game. Like all the AAA guys already for years say that turn-based games dead. They are for like fucking nerds and everything. No one wants that shit. There you go. There's like a super successful one that makes fucking billions. Turn-based, with a lot of story, with a lot of yapping going on all the time. People play it. People do it. So I don't think so. I do not think that there is a problem with that. I don't think it's like, you know, some sort of like the Fortnite mindset going around the world and everyone only wants that kind of games. No, I think like everyone, every game, every genre can have its place. Is just about the expectations. Like a lot of companies, they just expect to do like, you know, like some, they basically, they want to have kind of like formula, you know. It's sort of kind of like how they try to do it with the regular markets, right? So like, all right, we're gonna buy, you know, that much material, we're gonna hire that many workers, we're gonna rent that many, you know, machines and stuff, and we're gonna produce that much product that we're gonna sell for that amount of money, and that we're gonna get that much profit, you know. With that profit, we're gonna hire more workers, we're gonna get more materials, buy more machines, produce even more, sell it even more, and get even more profit, right? And they try to do the same kind of, which doesn't even work with, you know, real life product, to be honest, that well. And then nowadays especially. But with games, it doesn't work at all. Like, you can plan for that stuff. You can just kind of like, all right, we sold this game for like that much profit, so we're gonna just invest, you know, 100 millions more into development, add more, you know, like content proportionally, and release it and make price, you know, that much higher and get that much more income. Like, it just doesn't work. But if you kind of like, you know, kind of you know, lower your expectations and set your budgets accordingly, then I think like any game can really succeed. And look at the indies, like they doing. Yeah, sure, there's a lot of struggle to a lot of like people not making it and stuff. But Corpa could make it if they really want to. They just don't want to just make it. They want to make profits. They want to make millions. They don't want to just, you know, exist. That's also different. That's what I think, like also the Japanese companies and like kind of more old school sort of business, right? When they worked for generations, for example, for decades, that company, they like, all right, fine. Like, we didn't make like giga profits this year, all right? But at least, you know, everyone, you know, get the salary. Everyone has food on the table. The year was good. We made enough, you know. We made enough, and then we'll see next year. Maybe we'll be better. And here it's kind of like, you know, all right, we made more than enough, but not enough to justify, you know, like some sort of like bonuses and some yachts and everything for people. So now we need to up the curve a little. So let's like cut some expenses and make it even higher. How's going, Portable? These uppers. CSC. Did you already got through the pain of installing on the drivers? It's more about mentality. I mean, it's not like I'm kind of like some sort of like expert on that stuff, but I kind of do think so. Like, I don't think it's just like, you know, some Fortnite generation coming in here that only wants that kind of games. If anything, is like they try to tell us that we want this kind of games, and that's why they're pumping them all out. And because they have some sort of like data scientists and experts who just kind of like collect like the PPA data statistics, like, all right, we have that many people playing Fortnite and that many people playing like XCOM and stuff. Well, yeah, we should make more Fortnite. That clearly is more popular and stuff, you know. Because like if we would roll with just what's popular, we would be also probably, for example, like eating only a bunch of like garbage, and not getting any other products in the store, because you know, like people just like eat, you know, like I don't know, like McDonald's and fast food. Why do we need to have like some sort of like molecular cuisine restaurant in the city? No one probably gonna eat that. Everyone wants fast food, eh? They try to get us on it, yeah. Sorta, yeah. They try to like, they try to hope on that niche, but like they can't really compete with existing things much, so they just kind of try to like, yeah, get more people on board, eh? A nice portable, nice. Doing good, man. Doing good. Doing good. But to be honest, I also gonna tell like, or like about the thing about, you know, people not giving a fuck about place they work at. They never did, honestly. I don't know, like with my parents, for example, and everything, they never really did. Like no, like it's really rare case when people kind of like, you know, go like, oh, my company is like a family and stuff, and I want to work there. That's really rare. That is really rare. Sometimes people do care about like collective, right? Like they have just like a good vibe with people they work, and they kind of want to hang out just around that company because it's kind of like it clicks with them, right? Like they work with good people and everything. Some people just get like some good terms they're working. Like my friend, for example, works like he could get more money, actually, speaking of, right? Like it's all about the paycheck. He could get that paycheck like way higher in other places and get like better perspectives and stuff, and kind of like better gain of skill, I guess, and stuff as a chef. But he just works in the cafe because he can do all his work there in just a few hours and then just peace out home after, you know, like 4 hours work day instead of 8 hours, for example. So he prefers that, and he actually finally gets like the proper day offs there and everything compared to previous work. Yeah, you could get like way more money there easily, but he would need to grind. And with no day offs, or like with one day off with like weird schedule, like for 12-14 hours a day and stuff. No, I don't think it ever was like this. Like knowing my parents, for example, and everything, like I don't think there was like a lot of people who were just like, I'm a fan and patriot of the company I work at. Like I don't think so. It only happens mostly like either if you like very like specific niche, when there's not a lot of options for you anyway, you know. Like if you're a scientist, for example, and you work on like some governmental science, like in most of the countries still, I think science is mostly, you know, like governmental thing, not private field, right? So like you usually have like you studied, I don't know, like some like radionucleic thingies or something. Oh yeah, they're gonna be awesome every fucking song in Unreal Tournament, dude. Relax, relax. Fine, let's go with this then. Oh, this actually also was pumping some, dude. I need to get I need to see, maybe get like Spotify sub or something. I think it works in Georgia, actually. Just get some stuff going through that, because like a lot of soundtracks are already getting tainted by trash fucking odds. This one I think is fine though. Baby Stay, I mean, I haven't played it. I prefer like usually listening to stuff I played. Increasingly unpersonal in many ways, including work. I don't know, man. Like I kind of like managed to catch some of the like the old school stuff. Not even to mention that we were like getting some production practices, it was called, on some manufactories, but like, you know, like the older people when I was like in college still and everything. And yeah, I don't think it was like really that personal. Outside of, like, as I said, it feels like science. Like you kind of like some specific, very specific, you know, scientists. You're probably gonna have like one, you know, institution where you work, and like it's not like you have other options even to go somewhere. So sure, you're gonna be like really feeling like home there, because that's literally your home probably for years ahead. But other than that, yeah, I think it was always the case. It was always the case. It's just like now it became easier to switch. Before, people were kind of like trying to hold on to it more, because well, it's harder to find something new. And it's still kind of the same. People still would rather prefer something more stable, which I mean, kind of this article also is about. People still, that doesn't have anything to do with age or something. People still kind of prefer some stability. But if it's kind of, you know, easy for them to switch things, then they might be switching. They might be switching. So yeah, I do not think that it's that bad in that sense. Or if anything, it always was like this. I think it always was. It could be seen like that. Like, you know, that you're kind of like more... It's more and more kind of like people already who worked a bunch on some one company, and then they kind of like make it the thing they kind of proud of. Like, oh, I worked on this like manufactory for like 40 years. Like, I've seen those people when you're like on this production practice and manufacturing, and there's like some like, you know, like older dude, you know, working like a machine or something. You're like, oh, I'm working here doing it already for like 40 years and stuff, you know. And like, good. I mean, good shit, but yeah, it's not exactly because he's like, you know, loving the company so much. Is that just this one of the few companies that has that machine that he has experience on and does the things he knows already. So, and he's comfy there. He's getting paid enough. He has his like naked booba ladies on the wall there. Like everyone had them pretty much there, as we've seen. He has his boys who also worked there for 40 years. That like on Fridays they going together after work, you know, to drink some beer and everything. Yeah, that's why he's probably like not really even like ever thinking about it. Why? Why would he? Yeah? And yeah, like in some fields, it's also just like not stable. It's not stable. So you kind of end up in the situation when it's like just kind of forced to switch things, you know, and then you kind of get less attached to it because you're always on the go. Same with like apartments and stuff, I would say. Even like if you own something, yeah, you're gonna be attached to that. If you just constantly rent, then chances are high you're gonna be like renting in different places, most likely, if you take in the long term. Not like you're gonna be staying in one spot for like super long. And then you're also more open to find jobs in different places, which is also kind of a thing nowadays. Which is a thing nowadays. I think people are already like more open to like travel different countries, different cities and stuff. Yeah, I do think it's a good thing, to be honest. Like, that there shouldn't be this like, you know, we're a family and stuff. No, I think that actually creates better work conditions. When it's not like, you know that people are gonna be sitting there just because they kind of like got used to it. They're gonna be sitting in your company if you provide good terms. Otherwise, they're just gonna leave to another company that provides better terms. That's it. I think that's a good thing, actually. Competition is always a good thing. Having options is always a good thing. Not even the Japanese companies are all that much different from American counterpoints. Many are publicly traded, and you can be assured, private or public, they all still love money. Pretty sure. In some ways, you can't help but wonder if things would be different if employment protection were different, or if employees didn't benefit from the language barriers, making it more difficult to ship their efforts elsewhere. Yet, whichever it is, their difference in approach makes the grass much greener for those applying their trade in the country. If just for the fact they aren't as worried about not having their job in a week's time. As for now, we should merely take solace in the fact that in the seemingly never-ending world of layoffs, there are at least some people still in a job. So yeah, that's the game plan for you. Just learn Japanese. I mean, you know, like we already have people who do. And yeah, there you go. The job market starving. They need you there. That's the game plan for you. And that, I guess, creates the additional value for you as a potential candidate because, you know, you bothered to actually learn it. A World of Tanks Blitz passes $1 billion in lifetime revenue. There it is, man. There is the mobile power. Even though, like, 1 bill is... considering the Call of Duties and everything, that is not the crazy impressive, but still, considering it's 10 years also, and it's actually on Steam too. I have no idea, like, what's the point of playing that when there is actual World of Tanks there? Like, why? But I guess. I guess for those who play on mobile, it's kind of easier to play it on like Steam, also the same version, just so they have like the progress and everything. Same account, I assume. See what can I say? Unlucky, man, unlucky. Nintendo aims to avoid the scalping of Switch successor by meeting console demand. President Shintaro Furukawa also says successor won't be impacted by semiconductor shortage. Then maybe that's why they still kind of like not really allowing it. Oh shit, we can. Thank you, man. Thank you, sir. Not anonymous this time. What a twist. What a twist. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Then the president of Furukawa told investors that it would combat the resellers by providing enough hardware for retailers to meet demand. Yeah, just sell more. Forehead. Well, he saw the button, I see. Present, we do not believe that the shortage of components will have significant impact on the production of the successor model. I mean, they can just use like buy used phones, and that's gonna be like decent hardware for their new console probably. Easy life. Shouldn't be too hard to come around considering their usual specs there. Gamera's group reportedly lays off unknown number of staff. Affected teams seem to include Destructoid, Dot Esports, and PC Invasion. Another one. I revealed accounts via social media. 17 publications. To Winfinite, Prima Games, Attack of the Fanboy, and Silicon Era. A lost number of journalists from The Escapist in November. Oh yeah, they all like left there and formed their own stuff. Wonder how that's going. Wonder how that's going. Some food here. Alright. A little bit of food to snack. Cloud Imperium Games ordered to compensate former staff in a disability discriminate case. Damn son. The Employment Tribunal found the worker was wrongfully terminated following a request to work from home. Damn son. Now the Star Citizen is gonna be delayed even longer. I'm gonna cover for the lawsuits and everything. The Morrowind Tribunal, yeah. £27,000 in compensation. New programmer was dismissed in 2022 after his request to permanently work from home to accommodate his disability were denied. Mandated staff to return to the office, alright. Reportedly asked to continue working remotely, which was denied, and then let go due to performance issues related to his remote working setup. Son. No evidence that working from home would have failed to achieve the respondent's legitimate aim of ensuring the acceptable performance of a senior gameplay programmer. Treated claimant unfavorably because of something arising in consequence of his disability, has been unable to show that dismissal was a proportionate means of achieving a legitimate aim. Now they need to sell. Now they need to sell more ships. To compensate. Be real. Hit with layoffs following Voodoo acquisitions. 28 employees been let go from the social media app. Have you even heard about these apps? Like, I have no idea, man. Like another thing, you know, that is interesting. You like hear about things for the first time to realize that they're actually kind of like maybe huge somewhere. Affected as a part of refocus on France and Europe-based talents. There's all the social media stuff. There was more about them too, I think. Now, which not E3 show was the most effective at showcasing games? I got the analysis. Let's see. Give me the stats. I need the stats. There we go. Let's see, Steve. Let's see. Player performance by show. Didn't even get OTK. Damn, dismissed, man. Oh, this flare. Let's see. On the flare score. How do they calculate that stuff? I assume it's kind of like the social media, you know, like reactions or something. Score out of 100 combines game performance across 3,000 websites, plus channels across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Not even Twitch, for example. Speaking about video games here, and no Twitch. Everything was analyzed from front page placement on the websites and video views to X interactions and YouTube engagement rate, weighing each outlet based on its impact on the title's campaign. Score of 100 on a game, for example, would mean that essentially it dominated every single metric on all 5 channels. A website, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Highly unlikely but not impossible with Call of Duty, the only close candidate scoring in the 90s. Doing this not only allows for a fair comparison across hundreds of titles, but considers multiple outlets, all key to raising their awareness with consumers. It looks like it's the top player scored 93 on Xbox, 536. Then they kind of pumped way harder than State of Play there, that's for sure. It's also kind of weird to calculate it like that. Like, oh, like the show got like that much attention in social media. Yeah, there was that many games, so a game got on average that much attention in the social media. Like, it doesn't work like that, do you know? Like, if the show got that much attention, then all the games on the show got that attention, right? But like, the separate games also got their own results on the social media, and that will be not like far from average for sure, because yeah, Call of Duty will be super popular, and some indie game no one's gonna remember probably after all those games. Yeah, like this shows Ubisoft Forward got like massive, an average per game performance, even apparently kind of like on par with like PlayStation. Like, dude, that was a dog shit show, and there was nothing there. I don't think a lot of people even were watching that stuff because it was kind of like separately. Yeah, like Summer Game Fest, like massive, almost like Xbox. But there was so many games, so yeah, it's trash, pretty much. And then also, how are you gonna like split all those things, for example, right? Because like if the game shown on multiple shows, it accumulates stuff, right? So like when it gets to the latest show, it already accumulated like this like tail of engagement of you know, like people knowing about it. But to be honest, Ubisoft actually the lowest one, so that can kind of make sense, I guess. Then it's probably not wrong. Consumer reactions to major shows. Survey, alright. The PlayStation is bigger than Xbox even. The Game Awards that big, yeah? The fuck? Oh, that's why it's full of odds then, dude. That explains, huh? I guess Nintendo at number one? Think so? I mean, could be. Geoff Keighley's 3 major events across the year are ranked 10th and 12th respectively. Yep, totally Summer Game Fest is garbage then. Nice metrics, dude. Top 50 performing titles, press and social player score. 71% of PlayStation titles got like a lot of spotlight, and Xbox got 54. Oh yeah, Nintendo got 20%. It's like, I really doubt it, dude. I really doubt it. But that's like it would be like, you know, just like survey developers, man. Let them like show, you know, actual wish lists they generated from those shows, for example, how much engagements they got with their games. That would be a good metric. Most recalled titles during Star Wars Outlaw. Like, dude. Like Street Fighter 6, like, I don't even remember why. Like, new characters, I guess. Valorant, yeah, that would be my highlight from Summer Game Fest, dude. Like, Civ 7, yeah. That I already agree. Here I already can agree. Batman, I guess, kinda like mentally got filtered because VR. Yeah, I don't really care. So PlayStation got better and better results for indie. And this also doesn't take into account really that PlayStation was like on its own, kind of away from other shows. So they got like people chewing like at 72 hours, like 3 days, dude. People were like chewing those news for a while. And then you have like the actual Summer Game Fest stuff, when there was like in 72 hours, there was like 6 different showcases. Like people just didn't really have time to, you know, to sit and discuss that stuff because there was already something next going on. That is also not something you can compare like that. PC gaming giving the pretty much worst results for the indie games, dude. The whole show is indie games pretty much. And some new metrics there too, like it's AAA. They don't have any AA. They just have A. And then they have mid, apparently. Not sure who that'd be. An indie. Not sure about this one. Not sure about this one. At least I get like, you know, stats on how many people were watching or something. That is also like, if you work with like public stats, that is also something. Which numbers the streams got, you know. But then you also need to take all the co-streams and everything in account. So that's, I guess, too hard. They don't even take Twitch in account. Gaming media, by the way. So what's your verdict there? Let's see. Top 50 performing titles ranked by PR and social player score. Call of Duty Black Ops, I mean, makes sense. It's Call of Duty. Assassin's Creed Shadows teaser. Wasn't teaser like even before all the shows? Or something? Gameplay reveal. Like Valorant. Dude. People probably just in general talk about Valorant all the time, and that kind of also like, how did they filter that from, you know, like regarding the showcases? Doom the Dark Ages, I believe. Huh? Assassin's Creed Shadows, well, I mean, it has a huge fan base. Yeah, I'm not part of it, but I guess it's pretty huge. Yeah? Dragon Age Veilguard Xbox Game Showcase got pretty good attention. What kind of attention, I wonder though, because that teaser was something. Yeah, that's why they showed the this like Fortnite-ish teaser there that didn't look like Dragon Age whatsoever. Man, this shows like Nintendo stuff so low. I really doubt it, dude. Like, that doesn't sound like I might be not super huge Nintendo fan myself, but like that still doesn't mean like people were fucking losing their shit over that. Even if we're talking about like, you know, gaming audience. Like with all the shows and stuff we watch together and everything, I think the most discussion and stuff in general, like in Discord, separately even completely, was about Nintendo shit. Lower than Street Fighter, yeah, I really doubt it. Like Street Fighter would just announce like new characters. I think it also like doesn't really filter, you know, just some regular conversation about Street Fighter. Some like regular videos and stuff. I'm not sure like exactly how they do the research on that. I'm not gonna claim they do it better or something. But yeah, I'm not so sure. Like X-Defined, for example, like, dude. Okay, Concord here. That created a storm in social media, dude. Even though it was a pretty bad storm, of course, right? The shit storm, literally. But it was way louder, probably, than just like X-Defined new season or something. I'm pretty sure. Honkai Star Rail, like, dude, that probably people like just talking about it in general. I don't even remember what they showed for Honkai Star Rail. Oh yeah, and Stalker 2 also, like, down there on Civilization, like, dude. It's even Project Doze, I don't remember. Like, Claros Hero also got, like, a lot of attention, I think. Some people good stuff, dude. And then with, like, you know, researchers like that, people plan, like, what kind of games we should make, you know? What got more hype? And the Cook's metric of the year, yeah. Now, UB Forward was like a really dope shit show. Like, people would like after that, people were like talking shit on Twitter and everything. Like, what was that? Yeah, they mostly just showed what, like, some Assassin's Creed shadows out of, like, the big stuff, right? Outlaws, and that's it. And like some new content for the Avatar game. And yeah, I guess like some like a reel of stuff about like X-Defiant, like new season, you know, Siege, this kind of stuff. Yeah, Gears. Well, Gears has a lot of fans, so like I would expect that some people were in the community kind of excited. But yeah, I also haven't heard about that one. Like, I would say, like, I heard way more about, like, Metroid Prime, for example. Like, people were losing their shit after. And, like, Zelda, obviously, too. People were losing their shit. Like, I do be really surprised because I would expect, like, Nintendo will be at the top. Then I would be, again, like, oh, yeah, of course, sure. The media loving Nintendo as usual. Nope, looks like not this time, actually. Kinda weird, kinda weird stuff. Nintendo sues two Switch pirates for substantial and irreparable harm. Defendant is well aware that his conduct is unlawful and infringes Nintendo's intellectual property rights. Nintendo with removing some pirates. Probably more people making some emulators. And modded consoles, pirated games, and mod chips. Not only offers hardware and firmware to create and play pirated games, but he also provides his customers with copies of pirated Nintendo games. Typically, when a customer purchases a hacked console or the circumvention services, defendant pre-installs on the console a portfolio of ready-to-play pirated games, including some of Nintendo's most popular titles, such as Super Mario, The Legend of Zelda, and Metroid games. Then the odds that it's not only because of products and services such as those sold by defendant that the legal marketplaces distributing pirated games exist and thrive. Nintendo claims he became a leading, if not the primary moderator of the Switch Pirates Reddit community, which he helped grow to nearly 190,000 members. He should have deceased both Daly and Williams in March 2024 and alleges the latter bragged publicly that he is a pirate who isn't going to give Nintendo $50 for a game. Damn, what a guy. We'll see if they will get them. We'll see if they will get them. Surgeon Studios cuts jobs a month after a launch of the debut title Tales of Kenzerazawa. Studio confirms just over 1,000 people have been affected. So what happened there? Strong critic and fun reviews. Yeah, game was kind of like well received. A game was well received. I'm not a casualty of the Wild West industry. There is video games development. Alright. Game pretty decent, rather short though. That's the thing. I think it's also like this one. I think is like the exact case of like, you know, putting too much money into it. Like I don't know, was it possible to do it with less money and stuff? But like to be honest, it did kind of look like some more, you know, on the indie side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the budget was quite chunky there, especially with Electronic Arts and publishing and everything. And they probably like got like a bunch of money on the line, and then suddenly, you know, oh, I didn't sell that much because I mean it's platformer, right? It's kind of indie platformer that is not really the genre that farms. Let's put it that way, unless you make like some masterpiece. It's also on the €20. Well, at least that's good. Huh? Yeah, at least that's good. Huh? Like it's not priced high, probably didn't sell well, so it's like literally kind of like indie game. But that like indie game that was like if they are just over 1,000 people, so how many people were working on it even? If it's just over 1,000 people, like it doesn't sound like, you know, like the company was like 15 people then, right, or 20 people. That sounds like way more. That sounds like a few dozens of people working. And if you have a few dozens of people working on pretty much kind of indie like platformer, then yeah, that you kind of try to sell for €20. Like no matter how good it will be hard probably to get that money back. Unless you got like a lot of people and try to make it like, you know, in 2 months or something with a lot of people, so you pay less salaries. I guess, I don't know. That does sound like an overkill for something like this. To be honest. Well, not like it's like easy to make or something, it's just like it's an overkill in the current market condition and stuff. Let's put it that way. I think a lot of like a lot of games like that, like the Banishers, for example, right? Like a lot of those games that getting like, you know, really solid reviews, but then they just don't sell as much to cover the expenses. Basically, it's like it's impossible because like you literally at that stage, the only way for you to kind of like get profit is to like you can't increase sales that much. You need to optimize the expenses. And they kind of do in the end with layoffs and stuff, right? But like you should probably do it like early without even recruiting that much, you know. People 100-hour below field open world supposedly. No, I think it's just kind of like people do like the short stuff too, especially when it's priced accordingly. €20, that's good. That's really good price, even if it's short. And got good reviews, so like people got what they wanted for sure. It's just like not a lot of, you know, in general, I think enjoyers of that genre to commit to this like on the level to sustain like few thousand people studio. I think like the platformers in general are considered like really bad genre to go into as an indie and stuff. And because it's super saturated. Like you really need to go in like very dry, low budget, because like making money will be not that simple. Unless you kind of like go in with some like super hit or something. Like if you make like new Hollow Knight or at least like some Blasphemous or something, you're probably not gonna be making much from that. Skip 99%. I mean, I'm also not in plan, but that's my kind of personal preference. I'm not like I'm skipping them not because like I play too many of them or something. I just don't really like them. But yeah, partially, and I think that a lot of people kind of do. A lot of people, even people who do like them, they still like, you know, probably gonna pick something else. Well, not something else, but rather like they have enough stuff probably already. Like it's quite a saturated niche. So like you really need to go like a really low on budget and kind of minimize your expenses in the long run and try to kind of like get those sales over time. I think. It's like in general the situation on the market right now. Like you either like go like a huge AAA with giga marketing, and then you pray, you know, that it's gonna pay you off and people are gonna buy your shit, or you need to go like super low budget, you know, maximum like indie, on a really lean team and everything. Yeah, the Prince of Persia is the same. Yeah, game underperformed. Like it's good. That one actually at least kind of looks the budget, right? But it also costs the budget, sorta, way more than Zao, right? But yeah, it's still platformer. I think also platformers nowadays already like you, like it's less about, you know, this like crazy graphics or something. It's more about like the art and everything. Like I do like nowadays, for example, I do get like more interested in platformers that are like with some cool art style. Like Blasphemous, for example, right? Hollow Knight. What else was there? Sultan Sanctuary, actually, even though it's like it's weird art, right? Like some people would say bad art, but like that makes it kind of cool for me personally. Like I like that style. It's something unusual. When I see this kind of like realistic 3D in a platformer, that's like pretty much just like, nope, not at all. Not interested, man. Guilty Gear Strive reaches 3 million players worldwide, and latest installment released in 2021 on PlayStation and PC and in 2023 for Xbox. Most impressed by these, like I don't know if I would be right to say, but kind of like more niche fighter games. Because I always kind of do, like when I see like someone announcing another fighting game, I'm always like why? You know, there's like, you want like some MLG, you know, like skill stuff. You have like Street Fighter, you have Taken. You want some like, you know, like bloody cutscenes, gore, brutal shit. Well, there's Mortal Kombat for you always. Yeah, I guess you want like weeb shit. There is like all these series with Guilty Gear. Like, why would you make more? But then, you know, you see people still playing. So I guess there is still market enough. It's unique, I see, yeah. I mean, that's good though. That's good to know. Like, I kind of like always when I see like an announcement shows like all those like, you know, new fighting games, I'm like, who's gonna play that, dude? Huh? And I guess people do. That's nice. EA is sunsetting 3 last-gen Battlefield games. Will not affect the availability of these games on PC though, apparently. Alright. They're shutting some servers on consoles. And good for them with having variety, I guess. Yeah, that's just kind of like I always like see like fighting games audience, right? Like how I see. Like I have a friend, for example, he plays only Mortal Kombat all the time. Like he's not a pro or something. He just basically like the game is out, he grinds it for a while, gets like cosmetics as much as possible, which in the latest Mortal Kombat everything is for money anyway, so he didn't really play it that much anymore already. He just plays it and then he just uninstalls it and done and forgets about it. So I kind of was always like thinking like it's either like, you know, like some pro fighting games, which pro fighting games I kind of usually assume they kind of stick to the fighting games that, you know, that have like the pro scene going, right? Because you have like some championships, you have prize pools, right, that you can win and stuff. So they kind of more, in my opinion, right, how I see it, they more kind of focused on like their own main game, so they get better at it, right? Or they have like a few games so they can attend like different championships and try their hand like winning some prizes in those championships, right? So like for all those like kind of more niche and smaller ones, I kind of always like not so sure. Like casual players, I was just kind of always assuming they just play, you know, like the popular ones. Let's see, guys, see, yeah. Mortal Kombat 9 is the one that we played the most, because I remember it was out after like a long break from the previous Mortal Kombat. And my friend, who is like a huge fan, got it, and we were like at my summer house for my dad's summer house for like 2 months or something, just with those consoles, with no internet connection to consoles, with like tried through mobile, but that was like huge PPG fiesta. And I mean that was a beautiful time when you didn't need internet connection to play stuff. You just plug the disc in and you play, and that's it, you know. Or it's on HDD installed, you just press and you play. So for 2 months we were playing that stuff, basically playing Mortal Kombat like for 2 months pretty much, and like the tag team, you know, that was kind of nice. It's kind of PvE still, right? Like against the AI, like the hardest AI we were putting, and we were like playing tag. One plays one character with one controller, another plays another character with another controller, and we were just kind of like playing like that. That was nice. That was nice. Then we weren't any good. When we tried like online, we all got destroyed, obviously, really hard. Let's see. Other than that, yeah, I guess I played like some old Mortal Kombat back in the day. I think very first one even on my ancient PC. And a little bit, like I remember like playing some wrestling game on my uncle's Sega, I think, if I remember correct. It wasn't even his, it was like basically like the whole neighborhood gathering at his place. Someone was bringing that Sega, and we were like sitting there with this like book, you know, with all the combos and everything, and we were just like playing and trying shit. Then I played Mortal Kombat 9 a lot, and that's pretty much it. Like I played a little bit Soul Calibur, I remember on my friend's console, just a little to meme around. Played a little bit of Taken also on someone's console, basically. That's kind of it, I think, basically. Pretty much. Skills suing Voodoo for unlawful conduct and false advertising. So that's again like some companies that you probably haven't heard about. I haven't. And that's still kind of like some big fucking platforms and everything doing stuff. Like, dude. Platform claims Voodoo is using bots to fix outcomes and determine how much players win. It's a mobile gaming platform, is that? Uses algorithms to determine outcome of its tournaments. Tournaments turns what might be otherwise legal games of human skill into illegal games of chance or gambling, in which Voodoo's participants have little to no influence on the outcome of any game. By deploying bots or algorithms to determine how much players win with their money is on the line, Voodoo can generate revenue for itself with each game played. Lost customers as a result of Voodoo's alleged false advertising and use of bots have been damaged by way of lost market share. Skills was awarded $42.9 million against AVA Games following patent infringement trial. Skills presented evidence in the court that AVA Games is also using bots to control the outcome of games. It's just kind of like some random mobile companies you haven't heard about, basically, and then like boom, $40 million just a lawsuit, basically. Like how much money is there in general? That's easy uppers, I see. Yeah, I think Riot has a good chance at that, actually. Like they did with Valorant, they can do the same with 2xKO, I think so, yeah. And it's gonna they have a good knowledge of esports, that they have established, you know, kind of like characters and stuff. They have a fan base that is established, so yeah, all they need to do is basically just kind of like recreate the same characters with the same skins, and you literally just sell the same skins that you already sell in League, just in a different game, right? Like in a better quality resolution in 3D, pretty much, right? Like it's super easy play, and I think it's gonna be easy for them. Because Valorant, they actually made a thing. Like they forced it to become a thing. And I'm pretty sure they can do it with 2xKO. Let's see, Steve, let's see. But yeah, I don't care about that one, to be honest. Like, I don't care about League. But I mean, I played Runeterra, it was kind of fun. I like that. Would be kind of nice at some point. Like, I was thinking about going into some, like, TCG competitively, sort of, right? Going ranked again, like I did like the max rank in Runeterra back then. Just kind of think, but I think Runeterra is kind of like dying now. And it's only like what's on the market pretty much. Like Magic the Gathering, I guess, would be kind of interesting to get into, you know, the one TCG. But money. That's the problem with ongoing TCGs. And the longer they're ongoing, the more money you need. Hearthstone, but Hearthstone is still probably like the same way as when I left it, as a fucking RNG galore. And Snap, I guess. Maybe Snap I'm gonna try at some point. I need to try Snap at some point to see how they made the simultaneous turns and everything. How they made, you know, like all this like flow of stuff. Tales of Tribute? The fuck is that? Like some Warhammer one? Saying the trying Snap since release, basically. Since even before release, I think. I just like can't really like justify finding time for that stuff, dude, honestly. Like I had like so much stuff I kind of wanted, like I had even an idea at some point to try like go like multiple of those card games and try to reach, you know, the box rank in multiple of them, you know, just to like to see if I have it still. But then I just realized how much time it was gonna take, and then it's like, dude, like if I do it off stream, it's gonna be bad. Like that's the problem with live services. Like you either like do them on stream then, which I mean is also kind of live service in a way. Do it on stream, but then it takes a lot of time on stream. And if you do it off stream, then you take your like free time that is already kind of limited to do that stuff, and then just kind of like with 76, it just feels like you don't even have time. It's just like, you know, you kind of like you stream, you end stream, you play Fallout 76, you sleep. Then you wake up and you have in the morning, maybe in the morning you also even play a little bit because they got all these events every hour, right? So you wake up, you launch it on the second window, on the second PC while you do something, you still do 76, and then again you stream, you play, and you out. And then day offs come, and day offs also you kind of do something, and there's always this like window with this live service, you know, here and there that you do, and it's just kind of like a realization that like, dude, just like here, there's the sea, you know, there's the sun, there's everything here, and I just like fucking sit here in front of my screen, you know, sweating my balls out. Not good. Not good. There's the ESO. I see what I say. The ESO one. How does that work even there? Caesar Precise need to make more games, and they stopped that. They closed their initiative of making all the games in the universe. Like the Riot Forge is closed now because of all the layoffs and stuff too. Which is sad, and I think kind of dumb. But we'll see. I would kind of love to get into some card stuff again, maybe. At least to see. Maybe I'm not gonna like it, I'm gonna ditch it. It really depends on the games. Like Runeterra was good. Runeterra back then, at least. I kind of just like got to like diamond something, I think, without even like trying. I was just like testing decks and just playing a bunch with different decks, and then I realized, dude, I already like can just climb 2 more ranks, and boom, I'm like challenger or whatever it was back then, the maximum one. And I did. That grind was actually kind of the worst part of it, when you actually already go for that goal. That's the saltiest, you know, the tiltiest, the most annoying part. Till I realized that was the best. I see remote, I see. I see what I see. Like I do have like some like I do still I need to test if it will work though, but I do kind of want to do Ragnarok role leveling on international, well, US basically server, just ongoing current version of Ragnarok, just to see how it is, to try how it goes. Like I want to do that. That's gonna be like a long time probably, also just dumped there. I need to find time for that. I need to decide when I'm gonna commit to that. Like I could do now basically in summer, right, because it's kind of calm right now, but I kind of rather just do backlog. Like I need to find Stalker, I need to do Stalker for sure, and I need Space Marine for sure, 100%. Now that I need to do this summer. That's the plan, 100%. And start KCD, that I also need, and then we'll see how the time will go. Yeah, this day kind of short. Space Marine especially for sure. Like autumn, I'm gonna be playing a bunch though. Like I'm gonna be having no day offs most likely when we move to Uzbekistan and stuff. Like maybe first time. Like basically we're moving end of October. And you guys switching to winter time end of October pretty much. So let me see, October. You're probably switching 26, 27, and we're gonna move most likely like the same week pretty much. So I just gonna do some of that, some day offs first when we move, right? To find the apartment and everything, and then it's just gonna be grind, the grind. Gonna be a lot of gaming going, and maybe game deving too. I also, in Uzbekistan, I'm most likely not gonna be able to do like evening streams on YouTube and stuff because I'm basically gonna be finishing my stream like 8 p.m. local time, past 8 p.m. local time. So I will have like 1.5 hours before, you know, I kind of supposedly should be sleeping and stuff for my proper schedule. We'll see, I might adjust the schedule a little too, but I kind of want also to try, there are like, swimming pools there. So we'll see depending on like where we're gonna find some apartment and stuff and where the swimming pool will be. Would be nice to start the day like I do here with swimming, which I didn't do for 2 days already because of the shit weather, but yeah. The swimming pool, at least weather will be less of a factor. Aegean AI platform BitMagic raises $4 million in funding round. The developer also announces launch of its platform on Steam playtest. There it is, man. That's how you get them investments, man. Just go with the AI. And the Finnish company looks like. That's where the monies are. And get the AI going there. 4 ways AI and cloud can make a game with dev easier. There it is, man. Let's see. They can help with coding. Let's see. All right. Well, that's a way for sure. They can help you create a game story. Now here, fuck off, man. Like, okay, fine. You can ask it to like get you some code and stuff to help with some code again. But like, if we will start to get this stuff, like, please no. Can use generative AI, summarize the key points of a block of text. Likewise, developers can integrate these tools into their workflow to quickly provide information. Alright, sure. Finding devs enjoying taking their game docs and game lore and creating custom GPT or customizing M365 Copilot so they can start querying what happened in the last game or asking for a refresher on this character's backstory. Okay, that's kind of alright, fine. Like, kind of to find something in like, especially when it's like multiple writers, just to find, you know, like give me like all the information on this like character, for example, how you gonna engage that character in your bit that you're writing. That I guess is fine. Narrative graphs, tool built in collaboration with Involved AI, allows creators to have a visual overview of the story of their game project. Narrative graph takes all of your lore and docs and creates a graph structure bespoke to the game you have designed. From there, you can edit and add additional subplots. Found that to be really interesting. All right, that's actually kind of cool. Okay, so it's like not exactly about writing, but about kind of like organizing the process. That's actually kind of nice. Narrative graph, that thing seems kind of interesting. They can help you manage live service. So how will that work? Several backend services that you need to have the robust content pipeline react in real time to your player base. Look at cloud-based tools. A set of backend services. Alright, sure. Collection of data. Alright. Cloud-native backend services help developers. Alright. Iterative cycles. Tighten the loop. Quickly learn what players are enjoying about their game. What is working and what isn't. Then be able to push changes back into the game in real time. AI and our ability to democratize that tool means you're not held back by having a mastery of the UI services themselves. Alright, sure. Alright, let's see. So basically data management, alright. See, right, and I see. Can help you manage community. Alright, how does that work then? Safety of that community also, like the automatic moderation and stuff. I mean, that is not too bad, but that you still like if you let it go completely on autopilot, that's gonna be dog shit, man. Can't replace game developers, but that's what AAA companies will try to do anyway. Unique partners, 62% of China PC players spending more on games than last year. Steam remains top distribution platform for PC gamers. Damn son. Most players access international version of Steam without use of a VPN. Oh, we can do it now already, let's see. %80 of PC gamers who play premium titles using Steam. 44% of those surveyed watch video game and esports live streams, with 69% are using TikTok's Chinese app Douyin to do so. Then the TikTok esports. Yes, yeah. 45% of respondents said they discovered video games by watching short-form content, ranking for the top for PC and mobile gamers and the fourth for console players. So console players not watching short-form content that much. So mobile gaming mini-game segment has seen major growth, amounting to approximately 650 million players. Two-thirds of mobile gamers play mini-games daily or several times a week. Positive outlook for growth and player spending, notably in the PC gaming segment. Mini-games. Short-form videos, man. There it is. People go to TikTok to see what to play. Kilmer Pedersen, making CCP tech open source will enable EVE Online to live forever. Yeah, they got the full open source code behind the EVE Online. Gearing up to share the keys to its universe. Yeah, it does have some like potential issues with like people, you know, using that knowledge to build some like Hackermon stuff and everything, some dupes and shit. But well, I mean, that's kind of like with any open world technology, like eventually there will be other people who also gonna be fighting that too, and that kind of more or less gonna like stabilize. But considering it's an MMO, right, it might be kind of tricky, because like if there will be like one moment where people get in with some like glitch and everything that they can abuse, and then it's gonna be kind of tricky to deal with. Well, I guess you just kind of let it roll, or like ban people and stuff. Kind of the same as finding the abuse or like some exploit in general during the MMO lifespan, right? Companies generally don't live very long. CCP is already quite an old company by gaming standards. We're not Nintendo, we haven't been here for 200 years, but we are 27. That's already quite long, because the game companies are just not very likely to live for a long time. The Nintendo with 200, huh? I want EVE Online to go on forever. Open sourcing the platform that powers it, in my view, is greatly increasing the odds of that happening. That's kind of pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. Way easier to work with universities. Could do a game jams over summer, having people contribute, open with no legal complications. There's a myriad of opportunities that open up once you've set it free. Pretty cool move, dude. EVE will continue to be developed in Carbon. Studios opted for Unreal when making EVE Vanguard, a new first-person shooter set in the same universe. Making sure you have to have an extremely good reason not to use Unreal, and our Carbon platform is not to make shooters, really made for making spaceships at serious scale. We'll see. Once we open source it, it belongs to the world. So in a way, we're getting out of a proprietary engine business by open sourcing the whole thing. but it's done with the principle that it's just more likely to prosper under that setting rather than hidden away in the basement somewhere. But Eve on stream, I kind of like got into trying to get into Eve multiple times and just not cutting it for me, dude. Like, it's really cool, the depth is really cool, but it's also like so like distant and abstract from kind of like directly controlling and immersing stuff that it just kind of like I lose interest basically. I just kind of lose interest. I tried multiple times. It was like pretty cool and fun. Just like flying around, like collecting, like mining some asteroids and shit is fun for me. Like doing some like completely PvE like stuff. It was kind of, you know, immersive in a way. Kind of immersive in a way. You just sort of like playing, like, I don't know, just what you would be doing, I guess, in space or something. That was kind of nice, but yeah, it still has this like level of like abstraction that you just like completely lose interest in the end. Okay, what, Zodiac? Keyword Studios reaches 2.2 billion pounds acquisition agreement with Swedish investment company EQT. Deal expected complete in Q4. Damn, that's a lot of money there. Fully integrated creative and technology-enabled company that supports firms such as Activision, Blizzard, EA, Epic, and Square Enix said it was pleased to have reached the agreement in terms of the recommended cash acquisition for 2,000, I guess? 2,450, or is £2 for... Oh, it's not 450, it's 45 then. Then it's a share. Star Citizen gonna be nice in 60 years, yeah. Yeah, Keywords started in 1998, boasts 70 facilities in 26 countries. And these guys, I think, just kind of like basically contributing, but they don't even like do anything on their own. It's just like the co-development thing. Outsourcing. Nintendo says AI can be more creative, but also recognizes that it has issues. Company has decades of know-how in creating optimal gaming experiences for our customers. So they're gonna be waiting in the sea to see where all this this AI stuff go. Yeah, the EQT, indeed. Cautious about AI technology's ongoing issues with intellectual property rights and stressed that he remained confident in the company's decade of know-how in creating optimal gaming experiences. The game industry AI-like technology has long been used to control enemy character movements. Game development and AI technology always been closely related. Generative AI, which has been a hot topic in recent years, can be more creative, but we also recognize that it has issues with intellectual property rights. Company decades of know-how in creating optimal gaming experiences for our customers. While we are flexible in responding to technological developments, we hope to continue to deliver value that is unique to us and cannot be created through technology alone. Kinda based. Adult Swim lists 4 more indie games, stating developers are not available to take over as publisher. Super House of the Ninja dev, however, said it did reach out but didn't receive a reply. Adult Swim no longer able to continue publisher for this game. Developer is not available to take over as publisher at this time. As a result, game name will be shut down on July 15th. Thanks for playing. A maker behind Dog Game and Rise and Shine developer Super Mega Team said that at the time they had received notice of ownership returning to them. At least one developer, Bitmap Bureau Ltd, which developed Super House of the Ninjas under the name Megadev, says they haven't been approached. Hey Oxer, welcome back. Like just the usual mostly. A lot of layoffs and stuff. AI, all the cool stuff. All the usual. According to messages on social media, team told fans that the team was still active under a new name and was more than willing to keep Super House of Dead Ninjas alive. Did reach out a couple of times but didn't receive a reply, team said in different posts. We didn't, however, hear about another potential lead, but we've just been too busy to follow it up. I guess we'd better get a move on. PlayStation attending Tokyo Game Show 2024. Sony joins other platform holders including Capcom, Bandai Namco and Square Enix. Well, those are not exactly platform holders, I guess, but yeah, they big, I guess. We'll see what they're gonna show there. I mean, it's probably just gonna be like the same stuff, but not gonna be anything new there. Ubisoft's Watch Dogs film has started filming. Project directed by Mathieu Thierry and produced by a new Regency has been over a decade in the making. Over a decade, damn son. Insane. A decade to finish the games, I guess, yeah. Originally announced in June 2013, before the first game of the franchise was even out. Really? Don't even remember. First entry on the series launched in May 2014, Watch Dogs Legion. The latest entry came out in 2020 to mixed reviews. They planned the whole movie even before the game was out. The game plan. Network N lays off 8 from a games marketing agency, Project N. Cuts come as company focuses on a smaller set of services leading with video. Damn, marketing already not bringing that much. Oh, it's the PC Games N and stuff. I see, alright. That's also the news and stuff websites. Quali makes minority investment in Devolver Digital. A mobile publisher aims to expand exposure of its PC and console segment. Devolver gets stonks. Opportunity to invest in such a fantastic brand and category of defining games. And then before they invested in a French mobile studio. Interesting. Everyone trying to make some investments in stonks. Palworld's player count soars by 700% following new update. Son. It went from peak concurrent count of around 15,000 users before the update to peak of more than 130,000. Damn. Palworld still has it a little. They still have it there. Sega confirms the new Crazy Taxi is an open-world multiplayer game. Why? No. Why and how? City designed with realism and a sense of freedom in mind. Players being given a plethora of activities to explore in a theme park-like environment. Oof. Oof. They'll still play that game, yeah. They do. Police chases, stunt-based modes, a general exploration with other players zipping around the world taking on their tasks all at the same time. Car design customization will also be a thing. There were shots of artists working on character models, which leans into suggestion that players might be able to travel on foot. Let's see. A Mortal Kombat 1 player loses money after winning esports tournament. What the fuck happened there? The winner of Mortal Kombat 1 competition found themselves in the pickle after celebrating a bit too enthusiastically, and the mishap involved a chair and exorbitant light. Ah, I see. I'll see how it is. Right after serving a finishing blow, Dialogue's adrenaline rush led him to toss a chair out of the arena. Damn, that was not the best idea, dude. The chair landed on a costly light. Could land on some person or something. That could be even worse then. Which cost way more than the prize money for the competition. In fact, the cost of the light was nearly 5 times the amount Dialogue was set to receive. To put this into perspective, Dialogue was set to receive $565 for winning Mortal Kombat 1 competition, and the light he destroyed was worth $2,992 as pointed by CEO Alex Gibale. Damn, the Gibale himself. This means that Dialogue owes the CEO $2,427 after winning the competition. And Dialogue will have to pay up as Gibale is not bailing him out on this one. However, Dialogue's recent post on Twitter states that he will be taking responsibility for the light as he flexes his new victory belt to the audience. Insane. Yeah, what if he would hit like some person or something, and that would be probably way worse potentially. That would be way worse, like in general, and maybe in terms of money too. That's indeed some like certified gamer moment right there, dude. The mega gamer moments. One second. Where is it? Come here. I'll go with this one. Alright. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 and more coming to Xbox Game Pass in July 2024. That 2. Journey to the Savage Planet, Nickelodeon, Cricket 24, Case of the Golden Idol, July 9th. Neon White, that Shia. Oh damn, it's time for Game Pass. Time for Game Pass, Steve. Magical Delicacy and the Flock. All-Star Brawl 2 actually, yeah. Polio developer Singularity 6 bought by Daybreak. Thrilled to welcome Singularity 6 to Daybreak Games. An excellent addition to our development studios renowned for their success in creating large-scale online games and content. Debut title Palia is a fantastic addition for our online portfolio. Daybreak has money, yeah, like like whenever you hear about them, it's just like they're struggling and everything. Yeah, they like selling stuff and all that for a while actually, even back when they were still like Sony Online Entertainment and everything, they still kind of weren't doing like that beautiful. Yeah, PlanetSide 2, DC Universe Online, EverQuest and more. Like, DC Universe Online I guess is still kinda alive, but not that crazy. Planet still sees over 100,000 daily active users. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. $60 million esports World Cup is now live in Riyadh. 8 weeks of competition. Damn, son. $60 million prize pool and more than 20 esports titles, covering everything from CS2 to League of Legends and from Call of Duty to Rensport. Fuck is Rensport? Opening ceremony, open monumental event. Damn, son, I'm gonna get that oil money and gotta go home. Gotta go home. Old new tournament being held in Saudi Arabia. 1,500 esports competitors supporting representing around 400 teams from whopping 100 countries. Insane. Superstar guests and presenters. Welcome esports fans from around the world. Nasty Steve, I say. Insane. Ubisoft made an X-Defiant OP X-Defiant ability even more OP. Ah, there we go. The spider bot ability. Possible to defend. There was like more stuff about it later too. The XQC claims... Oh damn, what a nice poster he got there. Claims he's losing $6,000 a day by not running odds. Doesn't run on the platform, he's losing around $6,000 every day. $2 million a year provided he were to stream daily. Made me lose 2 mil this year just for you. See, I'm so charitable and cool, dude. Even flex with that in the end. Well, I mean, yeah, you got also 100 mil with kick anyway and everything. Well, the thing is, like, you only thing you get by not running odds is that people get pre-rolls, and that's pretty much it. Can't understand the word, yeah. Like, it's also kind of like, you know, this is also the situation that is kind of annoying, because like people also after that they kind of like look at someone who actually does run odds. They look at them like, oh dude, like dude's a fucking sellout, man. XQC is the real one, man. He's not running anything. When you still kind of get, you know, pre-rolls anyway, and when you run them, you don't give people pre-rolls. So like the difference is basically like, if you join the stream that run odds, you're not gonna see pre-roll, but you're gonna see odds later. And if he doesn't run odds, you're gonna see pre-roll, and then you don't see odds later. Which I guess in the long run is kind of better, because, you know, you just see one odd, and then for the rest of the stream you don't see anything technically. But it also like ruins discoverability, which I mean XQC doesn't care about. He's fucking XQC. He's at the top anyway, right? So people who will click there, they already know what they're clicking anyway. So they're gonna sit through that pre-roll and this whatever. But yeah, just kind of like also like this situation that, yeah, like people who actually run, they're gonna be looking kind of like they do something bad, when in fact it's like kind of the same stuff. You're removing pre-rolls and doing some other stuff. I also don't do that. Not because I'm like, you know, so like crazy charitable or anything, but because that doesn't like bring you any money almost. If I would be getting some from Twitch, I probably would just join the odd incentive program. Then you need to roll them, but the pre-roll will be removed, and you at least kind of gonna get at least like a little more, because like right now it's like it's dog shit. It's not even 2 digit from odds per month. It's ridiculous. With the odd incentive and actually, you know, like running them to remove pre-rolls and stuff, that maybe will become at least 2 digits, you know. Try to squeeze out every single dollar. The thing is, like, Twitch wants them to squeeze out every single dollar. A lot of contracts do have it. It's just like, I don't even know, like, he either doesn't have that kind of contract. Maybe he still rocks some sort of old contract from the old times. But I think they also redid a lot of contracts nowadays. So he either has his contract kind of protected, because we all needed to re-sign the partnership agreement, like literally like less than a year ago, I think. I think I was doing it, yeah, end of last year, I think I needed to do it. So you kind of re-signing the agreement, and yeah, like they can just like, they did pretty much every big stream are gonna be forced to run odds. They literally right now like making Osman to partner his secondary stream, because they need him to run odds, because without him being partner or affiliated, he kind of like gamed the system. He didn't get any partner or affiliate, so there's no odds at all on his channel. No pre-roll, no mid-roll, nothing. There's no odds whatsoever. And that costs Twitch few million a year with his amount of viewers. So they gonna be reaching out to those. Run so much odds it's unwatchable. I think you need to run like 1 odd per 30 minutes. I'm not so sure. I'm gonna look. I think you can set it up actually. I'll look into it when I will be setting things up. Like my goal is to run minimal amount to remove pre-rolls. That's pretty much it. That's how I was doing it manually before, right? But I was always like forgetting about that stuff, to be honest. And if you get the odd incentive program, you kind of will be mandatory to do it, sort of. So yeah, if it's gonna be like every 30 minutes and a bunch, then I might be not even touching that. We'll see. If it's just like 1 hour, like 3 minutes, 3 minutes and per hour, then I think it's kind of whatever. And it removes pre-rolls. I think that's good. So we'll see. By running odds, you earn. It does imply you earn more money though. Like when you're already big enough, like these guys, it does earn you more money. Like the donos and subs and everything, they don't care about. Like they actually like when you're at the top, it doesn't really like scare away like that many people. Like you don't watch him, like I don't think he's like crying about it. There's probably like a shitload more people who do because he's at the top. That's it. It's supposed to be 3 minutes per hour, actually. That's how you remove pre-rolls for an hour. You need to roll 3 minutes per hour, then pre-rolls are removed for that hour. Like, I only had problem when it was like 1.5 minutes every 30 minutes, because I think it's kind of dumb. Like, every 30 minutes to have a break. Like, once an hour is good. Like, every 30 minutes is dumb. So I will look into it. If you still need to do it every 30 minutes, I'll think about it. If it's gonna be once an hour, because I don't think you can do it manually anymore. Like if you sign up for the odd incentive program, you do have a schedule. It basically automates it. Like you can't do it manually. The only thing you can do manually is to like snooze the odd for like 5 minutes or something. So like if something happening, you can take a break. You can just like delay it by 5 minutes. The multiple $10+ donations every minute, that's the thing. That's because you already run odds. Like that is exactly the thing. People don't really care. They gotta be watching. There's a lot of people with Turbo now. There's a lot of people who subbed and everything, and there's a lot of people who just like all the streams at the top. They need to be there. That's like the big stream on Twitch. They're gonna be watching it anyway. So yeah. That is the case. And still like the donos and stuff, they take like very small amount pretty much of their income at this point already. Like one single sponsorship pretty much covers all of it. Like I'm pretty sure if a lot of them had an option to not roll odds whatsoever, I mean that's what Asman did, for example, right? They would never roll any odds because that shit like gives you like a very small amount. Yeah, actually, yeah, for all of them. Like as I said, like one, like I don't remember. Poke actually said how much was it? Like to watch 2 minutes trailer of some like upcoming show was like $10,000 with his size of the channel. So like if you multiply it by like 5 to get, you know, like XQC's, for example, size of the channel, you can kind of calculate. Well, maybe make it not 5 but 2.5 or something, right? And then make it like 25,000 basically for 2 minutes of trailer, you know. And if it's like 2 hours game session, that's basically already like more than they make, you know, in a month with like subs and other stuff. So yeah, they don't like it's not like a choice for many of those streamers to run those odds. It's actually what Twitch basically pushing because Twitch wants the odd revenue. That's also the problem for the big streamers. That's the only way for Twitch to monetize them, because like they don't promote subs anymore. Like a lot of them don't even like read that shit anymore, right? They don't care about it. They don't motivate you to sub. They don't really give a shit about you, and that's why, you know, like Twitch doesn't get that much from subs there, and Twitch needs something, so they try to push for those odds. Yeah, they're forcing him now to partner on the second channel, and they will. Well, I mean, he said that he most likely will need to do it. Don't feel bad about not subbing or unblocking these big streamers and stuff. I mean, it's up to you. I do feel like myself, for example, that yeah, like like it's better to direct the money somewhere where it kind of makes more difference, you know, to be honest, for me personally. And because I don't watch Twitch, I basically not subbed anywhere. Time for third channel. Well, they're gonna catch his third channel very fast though. So yeah, don't think it's gonna happen. Don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, that is kind of just like flexing pretty much. That's just flexing. He just didn't pick the odd incentive program most likely. Maybe because he also kind of like doesn't really want, like maybe he's also gonna be like breaching, not breaching, but you know, like stopping the contract maybe for with Twitch or something, because he's already on Kick anyway, right? So he just maybe he's kind of like stopping those commitments to Twitch or something. Could be that too. Found it weird to donate to Little Millionaire. Yeah, I agree. I did basically donate to Ella's charity stream. That I did. And I mean, that was subbed, but that was kind of like, yeah, just to be like the part of, you know, community sort of that way, just to kind of like keep going. And now, thankfully, like people gift me subs to Ella because, I mean, my bank account, my bank card wasn't even working for like 2 years pretty much, right? And now I don't even watch Twitch anyway, so like money is kind of tight, so I can't really justify, you know, like throwing around subs and everything. Yeah, so yeah, it is weird. It is weird. I mean, it's kind of whatever, right? People want attention. But the thing is, like, it's always it's weirder to see like when it goes like to some like live stream fails or something, and people are like, man, there's like, you know, no good streams and everything, you know, all like drama fiesta everywhere, so much garbage, you know, React content only on platform and stuff like this. And then there's like, dude, you don't even try. There's like plenty of stuff there and plenty of stuff you can actually support. That's it. Personally, don't see the point. Yeah, I don't see it either. I don't see it. If it's charity, then yeah, for sure. For charity, I don't mind that. I did it. A regular donos, yeah, I think it's kind of not necessary, really. I think it's kind of like multi-layered thing. First main layer is like take care of yourself. Like if you're fine financially, completely, all good, then consider donating. Like I have a friend who's basically like donating a shitload of money regularly, I think, to a streamer, which is like, I don't know, I'm like, it's like a giga React content and everything and stuff. I'm not into that kind of stuff whatsoever, but he watches it, he likes it, so whatever, and he donates a lot of like of money to that guy. And the thing is, like, he is the one who, you know, can go and borrow some money from me, who is like hobo sorta, right? Just to pay like rent or something, just because, you know, he needs to wait until salary to have money. And like, dude, like I would understand, like he earns a lot of money, by the way, too. Like I would understand you kind of like earn a lot, you just like save, you bought yourself like an apartment, right? You bought yourself whatever you want, you already kind of like all good, all solid. Get yourself like, yeah, entertainment, sure, like throw money at someone. But like, you know, first take care of yourself. That's like the main thing. If you have something to spare, then yeah, consider donating. And yeah, you can, if you watch some streamers and stuff and you want to support, that's completely fine. I really dislike modern, like, you know, Twitch culture and stuff, which again is like all those like huge streamers kind of like reinforce a lot, like, you know, like all this like sentimental things towards communities, like cringe, you know, it's like some parasocial farming or anything, like some other buzzwords and stuff. Like, no, it's like if you like the content, if you like want to support the streamer, then there's like nothing bad with that. It's good, because like, you know, if you don't support, like a lot of those people forgetting that how they kind of, you know, came to be themselves. Like if back in like 2014 or something they weren't be like, you know, farming subscriptions and the donations, they probably wouldn't be like sitting at the top right now with like the sponsored money and everything. A lot of people forget that. There's like nothing cringe, nothing bad with like, you know, feeling part of community and feeling, you know, like feeling kind of some sort of like, how would you say, being like thankful, I guess, to streamer for like the content they make and stuff. Same as for streamers, there's nothing like cringe or anything to be like sentimental towards their community, you know. and being like and appreciating what they do to you, because without communities, like none of them, none of like us, not me, would even exist anyway, like on the platform. There would be no money, there would be no streams. Billionaires survive if you don't donate to them. Well, I mean, that also kind of has some logic, right? Like that's how they became billionaires and stuff, right? They were getting that money from others, like from donations and subscriptions. That's how they, came to be. Like if there would be no such thing, they wouldn't be there. So like, I mean, if you enjoy content of someone who already has a lot of money, I mean, sure, feel free. Like maybe it's someone who just watches those streamers, so they don't have some small streamer that they watch to donate to or something. Don't see it as donation of any kind. I mean, kinda in a way, true, yeah. I mean, it is monetary support. It is kind of like belonging to community in a way, sorta. Not really. Like you don't need to be sub to belong to community, right? Like, there's a lot of people who are unsubbed and they are like, I think, pretty, big parts of the community, like for years and stuff. That's completely fine. But yeah, it's kind of an additional sign. Subs are like PC $2 there. I see. Yeah, you get less from the regional ones too. Yeah. The Twitch power user, damn son. Subbing for emotes kind of not a thing anymore, almost. Like it used to be like huge. Like that's how like Baru was getting a shitload of subs all the time because of the emotes and everything. Lyric had a lot of subs because of the cat emotes and stuff. Like that was a thing back in the day. But then like with 7TV and everything, all the third-party things, now you don't even use. Like why would you like use like Nerdy Sad, for example, or something, when you can just like they just autocomplete Sudgear real quick and that's it. Or like why would you use any like sub emote when you can just like autocomplete the 7TV emote in the moment, and type it fully way faster, and there it is. So yeah, that I don't think people like do it that much anymore. And the chicken nugget team emotes, probably, yeah. Many channels don't use third-party stuff. I mean, I guess true. I guess. That's kinda true. That's kinda true also. Capcom acquires animation studio for just $27,000. What is that studio, man? Acquisition of minimum studios, that's quite the minimum there, judging by the price. Animation company that has worked with Capcom extensively in the past. Minimum specializes in the face and body animation and most recently contributed to the development of Dragon's Dogma 2. Taiwanese company was acquired through a share purchase, with Capcom paying the equivalent of just $27,000 to secure the studio. Insane, eh? Dual ton-like company, I guess. NASCAR reveals a landmark integration with Fortnite's Rocket Racing. Damn, son. Further activations will make their way into Fortnite landscape, but it all begins with Chicago Street Course. The racer is gonna be going with Fortnite. Student trucks are just gonna be racing in Fortnite too for all those giga races. 24 hours of racing in Fortnite. There you go. Xbox server outage highlights yet another major problem. Oh, is it again? Completely unplayable Persona 5 Royal despite having no need to be connected. A single player game. Another game that would have been unplayable had it been available during this time is Neon White, yet another title with no need for online. However, because you couldn't sign in, you were screwed. There it is. Want to play Elden Ring? Nope. Assassin's Creed? Tough luck. This may come across as sort of old man yells at cloud type of argument, but I'm on the side of the player here. If you want a game licensed nowadays, you just want to play it, you should always be able to play it. Yep. That's what I mentioned, right? In Mortal Kombat 9, I was sitting in the summer house with like only our mobile internet that wasn't connected to the console even. Only to our laptops, and we were still playing games on that console, no problems. No one even thought about like the only thing we were thinking about maybe trying to hook the console to the mobile internet was to just play online, like Mortal Kombat matchmaking. And we even gave up on that, and we still managed to play everything, every single game, and no problems. The only problem was I think we needed to like, but my friend went with the on the car with like other friends. Like we were living there and some friends were coming and going, so he went with some people just to download the DLC for Mortal Kombat. There was like Rain, I think, DLC. Who else was there? Don't remember actually already. The Rain DLC I remember for sure there was. So he went like home to download the DLC and then returned so we can play. Always online is fine, anyone has internet. Yep. That is super dumb. I agree. Because you not always have internet, not always servers are available. There is like a lot of situations people just like, you know, a lot of people like when you live in like this like nice, you know, comfy like situation and spot, you don't process like a lot of like situations that you kind of like see when you like live in fucked up situation for all your life and stuff, right? Like, you know, like your country, for example, doing something fucking dumb and then you completely fucked out of everything and you just kind of can't even like, access anything. Or because like your country got cut from everything. Or your country is again doing some dumb shit and they from the inside decide to cut some stuff. Like one familiar dumb country I'm familiar with decided to block Telegram back in the day. And with that, they actually managed to block like a whole bunch of servers of like everything. They managed to block PlayStation Network services too, completely. And while some companies on the opposite side, they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna come up with something. And they changed it, so it was working. Like Steam started working like instantly almost, like everything started working. PlayStation Network never fixed that shit. They didn't give a shit. So you actually needed to do some settings, some changes on the router and stuff and DNS and everything to be able to connect the PlayStation Network just because government decided that let's kind of block some service, and that service was sharing some like servers and IPs and stuff with the, you know, gaming service. That it is. Así se So, like, I mean, yeah, there might be like situations you don't even like take an account for, right? And like something might happen, you know, you just kind of like move, for example, to another like country or something, and then you realize that like, oh man, like my account now doesn't work because this copy of the game was like regionally tied to the server like in Europe, and I am now not in Europe or something, you know, like a lot of those things basically going on. Or like, oh, the PSN here is not even supported, so I kind of like can't play the game. You're most likely still gonna be able to if you already have the account, right? But like obtaining new one, if you change the region, for example, gonna be a fiesta. Like there's so many like issues and nuances that might happen with all this stuff. It's actually, yeah, it's really bad. It's way more easier and way nicer when you just have, you know, disc or something, or just download it and you just like press the button and you play it. That's the best shit. That's the best shit. If it's not primarily multiplayer, yeah, like if there is no multiplayer, there shouldn't be any connection requirement whatsoever. If it has like optional multiplayer, it should also be, you know, you press multiplayer, then it goes like, you know, connecting, signing in, all that stuff. If you just start the game to play it, it shouldn't do anything. Just play it. That's it. I see. Well, I mean, that's kind of the case in Steam too, right? Like Steam is also kind of online thing with account and stuff, and you still can play some games offline. If the game is allowed, but Steam has that functionality. So it's kind of the same situation, I guess, in many launchers, that you still can play stuff even when you're offline. Robocop Rogue City Dev is working on new action RPG. do reveal the game will be available for PC and console, as well as some of its technical ambitions. The devs mention Unreal Engine 5 and cutting-edge rendering techniques and technologies. Team is also hiring cutscene designer, who preferably has experience in working with actors on set. This may hint at the storytelling scope of the game. We'll see. What they gonna roll there. Oh, that weird banana game has fruity clones. Oh, damn, another one. Another one. Now we have melon and apple. Game is a niche and the same core principle, but it could be argued that no copycat title will be able to reach the levels of grandeur achieved by Banana. Melon was released on July 1st and has since peaked at 14,000 users on Steam. Dude, that's already insane. Apple dropped on June 29th and has picked a peak of 17,000 players. Neither game is coming close to touching Banana's position in the charts, but you need to give them credit for trying to capitalize on the hype. That was fast reaction to the hype though, indeed. Netflix's Horizon Zero Dawn series has been canned, the report claims. Damn son, why? Rolling Stone reported toxic behavior perpetrated by Steve Blackman as showrunner working on the Umbrella Academy, and these claims were laid out by no fewer than 12 workers. And the reports made their way to Rolling Stone, which subsequently investigated, uncovering quite a controversy. Blackman categorically denied the claims, which accused him of being a manipulative bully on set, but since the report surfaced, Rolling Stone secured another scoop. One of Blackman's other projects, the Horizon Zero Dawn prequel series, has been canned. Horizon Zero Dawn series in original series Orbital are no longer moving forward. Damn son. Sony will pick up production of the television series with another partner. I mean, probably. Ubisoft is making another effort to push NFTs. Not a dead one. Partnered with Double Jump Tokyo to accelerate global Web3 game adoption using an all-new platform called Champions Tactics Grimoria Chronicles to push a series of NFTs into the faces of gamers worldwide. Isn't Ubisoft's first foray into blockchain-backed world of NFTs though? Toward the end of 2021, the firm revealed Quartz, a fully fledged NFT-based platform that fell flat on its face so fast. Insane. Nothing tangible has yet come of that relationship, so it's Ubisoft hoping that the third attempt will be the best yet. Kick. Still Web3ing, dude. Ubisoft uncovered Champions Tactics last year, but it went relatively silent on the project until now. Firm released 9,999 of Warlords NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain, making them free to mint and giving them the function of being tickets to the impending release of playable characters, the Champions. Oof. Double Jump Tokyo's Oasis Layer 2 Homeverse blockchain. Players will be able to mint 3 champions without any charge, with the offer going live from July 18th. Style ban, mint some NFTs, boog. Capcom is ending a new seasonal content for Exoprimal. Who was asking how Exoprimal is doing? That's how. There it is. All planned Exoprimal seasonal content has been finished. The devs also thanks fans for playing and broke down the future of the game. Subsequent returning seasons and content starting on the 1st of each month. So they basically just gonna be re-rolling the seasons. Exoprimal will also continue to offer all existing game modes, adding AI-controlled bots to matches to fill out incomplete lobbies. There it is, man. He's a dead gear. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Guerrilla dodges question regarding LEGO Horizon on Xbox. Recent post of GameFile Steven Tatila revealed that he'd caught up with James Windler, the narrative director working on LEGO Horizon Adventures. When prompted an explanation regarding the snubbing of Xbox, Windler didn't have too much to say. You know, we really don't really have anything to announce about Xbox right now. Like how you just kind of like skip and cut all the text pretty much and just get like one quote there and that's it. Epic claims Apple is stalling store launch over button similarities. The design and position of Epic's install button is too similar to Apple's get button. Further, Epic claims that Apple also found the in-app purchases label too similar to its own. Epic does say that we've shared our concerns with the European Commission. It also reiterated that without interference, the launch window still aims for the next couple of months. Three people with Xbox, damn son. I have a Switch too. Epic still taking... Well, I mean, Apple already took an L. At this point, it's just, they just kind of salty and they just like trying to delay the inevitable already. A GTA 5 DLC about Trevor was cancelled because of GTA Online. What a twist, man. Split our teams into two, so I stayed on GTA Online and then this DLC, which Steven Ogg was a very important part of. And then some of the team overlapped and went to Red Dead Redemption 2 early on. So this guy haven't played GTA 5, not knowing the meme guy. Believes a lot of stuff planned and developed ultimately found its way into GTA Online. Couldn't recall any specifics of what made it, but believed they did. DLC itself was supposed to feature Trevor as some sort of undercover agent. Ah, assiste USA. As to why DLC never happened, Rubinia says it had to do with the money that GTA Online was making right off the bat. GTA Online came out, it was so much of a cash cow and people were loving it so much that it was hard to make an argument that a standalone DLC would outcompete that. I think looking back now, I would say that you could probably do both, but that was a business decision that they made and I was a little upset about that. It is indeed sad, Guido. EAFC 25 release date leaked with a lengthy early access period. Oh, they're gonna milk that shit hard now. Those who pre-order Ultimate Edition will get 7 days of early access. Well, I mean, we already have 2 weeks of early access with New Life is Strange, so 7 is not a record holder, but it's pretty fucking big. Standard edition of the game will cost $70. Ultimate edition retails at $100. EA Play members will get a 10-hour trial of the game during early access. Age of Mythology also at 7. Oh man, I hate this shit, man. I hate it so much. Bethesda outlined what's coming in Fallout 76 Milepost Zero update. Alright, so that's the new one that is coming. I mean, I kind of already saw that though. A rework of legendary crafting. So yeah, we'll be able to get our own legendaries. Instead of rolling for random stuff, you will be able to craft what you need, but it's still gonna require a bunch of like grinding and everything to be able to do. Questline called Bump in the Road, which will see players start their own caravan company. Been suggested that this will allow players to unlock special constructs from rewards they get by doing Blue Ridge Caravan Company quests and events, and these constructs will take the form of outposts. These outposts can be placed in addition to camps, and they will have NPC vendors in them. This is all yet to be fully confirmed. So we'll see, we'll see. I wonder what they're gonna do with it. If it's just gonna be another like sort of like different type of camps, just to be like this like sink for like the resources and everything, then fuck that shit. If that's not gonna have any utility, fuck that. If it's gonna have some utility and it's gonna be nice, why not? Like in general, they could do like a lot of cool stuff with like the caravan thingy. Like the caravan concept in general would be like really cool. But like I feel like still not really that used. It could get some like PvP in optionally, for example. Like so many opportunities to do, man. But also it's kind of scary because it's Bethesda game and any sort of like escort, as we can see already, like in the past days when I was grinding expeditions with the boys, that already was the escorts are pain. The escortees get bugged all the time. Not all the time, but happens. Ubisoft, that's okay, you can move on if you can't take X-Defiance bugs. There it is. Took to social media to explain why X-Defiant is experiencing so many issues, defending the game against those claiming it was released too early and rushed out. Built up from the ground floor. It was an engine that has only ever been an MMO, and so all of the infrastructure for an FPS has had to be built up from the ground floor. I mean, like, dude, like that's not a valid excuse. Like, if you reinvented the wheel, that's on you. That's not an achievement, basically, you know. If you didn't take the engine that already kind of has all that, then, you know, that's because you probably kind of were greedy to pay the royalties. Working on developing all new tech in an engine that was designed for something else. Like, how does he think it's like a good excuse? Working on developing all new tech in an engine, right? That being said, the engine is really great, but it does require a lot of work, and with that work comes a lot of bugs that other engines have already worked out. Dude, he just like keeps like fucking himself over here. We're not a shooter that's been out for 20 years. If you like what we are trying to do, stick around and you'll see things improve and new features get added. But if the game isn't for you, that's okay. You can move on. There it is, dude. But yeah, that doesn't sound like a good excuse, man. Instead of buying the wheel, we decided to make our own wheel and reinvent it also. So you guys gonna suffer riding the cart with the square wheels for a while until we, you know, iron out some kinks there. But we are so proud that we're developing that wheel ourselves. You should be proud of us too. A game delayed for 22 years has just been released on Game Boy Advance. Damn, son. Kian, a game that entered development in the early 2000s, has just been released on Game Boy Advance. Back in 2002, a group of aspiring developers got to work on Kian, seeking to produce a game for Game Boy Advance platform. Fast forward some 22 years and only one of the original developers remains with the project, but he never gave up. What a guy. From facing financial ruin to balancing game development and marketing while studying at university, Fabio Belsanti from Italy finally crossed the finish line a couple of weeks ago, releasing Kian in physical form for Game Boy Advance after 22-year delay. The physical form even. Full-fledged GBA title that sees players assume control of either a fearless warrior or a mystical priestess, fighting through a series of environments on the way to save the planet of Malkut. Trailer, alright. Facial to revival of vinyl or cassettes for music, a return of previous more primitive forms of the medium driven by nostalgia from the generations who lived those eras and curiosity by those who came after such technology. On a romantic level, the thought of releasing the game on its original console is simply magical. To see Kian come to life on the very platform it was designed for is a dream come true. Feedback already received in the trailers has been stellar, with retro gaming fans welcoming the arrival of an entirely new game some 15 years after Game Boy Advance was discontinued. Promises to take them back to days gone by, fueling their nostalgia-riddled passion for gaming that was likely kickstarted decades ago. Yeah, no idea, actually, no idea. That would make sense. I don't know what engine they used for 20 years. How easy it would be to port it somewhere else, too. Call of Duty League viewership drops 29% in 2024. Damn, son, Call of Duty dead. It's dead. Highlighted viewership during this year's CDL regular season tanked by almost a third, Average viewer count dropped by 28.5, while the peak viewer count saw a decline of 26.8. The airtime remained almost the same though. Call of Duty League official channel barely managed to retain the strongest market share in terms of viewership. On YouTube, CDL channel pulled in just 38.6% of viewers, with Scump's iconic watch parties grabbing a whopping 36.8% of the market. Well, I mean, that's how it goes. The call stream is the way to go. Like, Riot, for example, embraced it, and that's how they made Valorant a thing, through call streaming. They got like Shroud to co-stream that stuff, got like a bunch of other streamers to watch all the championships, and that's how they made it a thing, really. Without them, this year's viewer count would have collapsed in on itself. Yep. And still 300,000 people watching that stuff. Not bad. July 18th, 21st, out there. But the Saudi Arabia Championship gotta be $2.2 million prize there. Insane. Yeah, not sure. I'm kind of like not really the Call of Duty enjoyer and watcher, so can't really say. Can't really say. Some people still do enjoy, I guess. Still some viewership after all. Alright. That is all. There we go. Whoop. Okay. Okay. That's a good time to